Hello, Editing Red here. We had some technical issues and had to use the backup audio for me and Mel. It's basically fine, but if you notice we sound different, that's why. Bye for now.
You see the latest Gundam Wiki thing going around?
What's the latest Gundam Wiki thing going on?
Hold on. This is probably an old one, but people were sharing this and it made me lose my goddamn mind.
Have a look at this. What is going on here? Why is the English Gundam, when it comes to images, why do I only find fun things on the front? Right, let me see here. The suitcase, which opens to shine a golden light, briefly resembles the suitcase used as a plot device in the movie Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction invented gold is shiny.
Was Pulp Fiction even out?
No.
That's what I thought.
No, someone else quote retweeted this that was like, this is Kamen Rider Wiki style trivia, which is any like observation that reminds me of a different thing needs to be recorded.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope that Andy Burnham doesn't text me directly with a loud blaring alarm to inform me that the country that the weather's quite hot.
Damn.
Like he did a couple of days ago.
The province does that for me.
Okay.
Fuck off, Doug Ford.
And Andy Burnham blaring message to all of us from the government.
I thought that was a different prime minister.
Being like, Andy Burnham is our prime minister now.
You might understand the joke better when you listen to it back.
Hang on, now I'm thinking. What was said? Well, we'll find out. I'll find out.
You said blaring.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Andy Burnham is either Keir 2 or Blair 4, so it counts. He's Blair. I guess he could also be Brown 2. Because he's the unelected successor of an elected Labour leader. When do we clap?
When I have time, that is up. Oh, I do. I just have too many tabs open.
As it goes. Close your tabs.
No, I need
No.
I got the Wikipedia page on Zrets open. A priest in the Slavic religion.
I don't know why this is the one thing I don't do. Like, I have the general sort of brain bad stuff that like a lot of the internet generation has. I don't have this. I don't have
the thing is that I
open.
normally don't. I just happen to at this very moment. Surprisingly.
I see.
But I'm usually like, as soon as I'm past 10, I'm like, that's too much. Anyways, I'm ready to clap.
In the modern Gridman reboot, Takeshi makes a kaiju that closes everyone's tabs.
Yes. That'd be great. I'm making that kaiju. I'm gonna be honest. I'm making that kaiju that closes your tabs. That might be the title of the episode, is the kaiju that closes your tabs. Okay, when do we clap? Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 159. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
What's that? What's that, Red? You're recording a podcast? You're hosting?
Yeah.
It's illegal, you know?
Oh no.
We're gonna have to take you in.
What's my punishment?
Hanging.
Nah,
It's
you know that
extreme,
thing
but
where
okay.
you know that thing where they covered people in honey and put them in like a bee canoe?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to? Am I gonna? That seems crazy. Also joined by Brad.
Final endgame evil plan. World smell bad.
World smell bad. Well, I think you'll find final endgame evil plan is actually boss rush of all of Khan Digifa's favorite evil plans.
True. But before that, he did try to make the entire world into a Smash tournament.
Yeah, he did. He had to be stopped. We couldn't put up with that.
Yeah, he tried to make the whole world your favorite hobby, listener.
Yeah, that's very true. We finished Gridman.
Baby Dan Dan.
Three final episodes here. There's a two-parter in there as well. This is it. This is the Gridman finale. They did not. They did redeem Takeshi. They did do it. They did the normal thing. Do we have any prelude, or do we just want to get into the episodes?
I think we should. I think we got to get right into what is Daddy executed, which
episode 37. What is Daddy executed?
The greatest title.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad this followed up with the really quote unquote normal, mundane episode that preceded it.
Yeah, absolutely. Soichiro, Naoto's dad, gets pulled over and arrested for doing nothing at all. The cops inform him that for his many crimes, he will receive the death penalty. And they start yelling "Shike," the death penalty, at him over and over again in a way that just reminded me of a clip of Fuwamoka. At this point, Soichiro is like, "Oh, I see. I'm on candid camera." But no, this is very real. See, earlier, Takeshi got caught peeing in public by the funny cop, and the funny cop told him, that's against the law, you know. And he said he'd have his teachers give him a good scolding for this behavior. Takeshi instead ran off and told Khan Digifa about these stupid laws that humans have. Khan Digifa responded by being like, "Well, I'll write my own constitution." And with Takeshi's help, he sends a kaiju into the Ministry of Justice to have his new constitution enforced. This involves brainwashing some cops via their radios. Now crimes are getting rewarded and good behavior is being punished. Takeshi is impressed, and Carnage says, no, it was actually fairly easy. The previous constitution was quite unstable. Meanwhile, at Naoto's home, his mother has baked a cake for Soichiro's birthday. Yuka emphasizes that it's wonderful that she's such a good wife for her husband, and briefly dreams about being Naoto's bride until Ippei appears in the dream to third wheel. The house gets a call, and Daichi picks up. He says, "It's the prison. They say Dad's getting executed at 6 p.m. His mom says, very funny, hand me the phone. And then the person on the other end of the line says, hey, it's the prison. Your husband's getting executed at 6 p.m. She gets in a taxi with Daichi and Naoto to head to the prison while Soichiro is getting strapped to an electric chair as a series of brainwashed guys keep antagonizing him, like a priest asking him to make his final confession and a guard being like, hang on a second, this clock is 5 minutes slow. On the way to the prison, Gridman calls Naoto via the acceptor. He asks the driver to pull over and his mother says, what? No? Are you stupid? You're coming with us to the prison. What kind of son are you? When they get to the prison, Naoto suddenly gets back in the taxi and heads off. He regrets having to keep his reasons a secret. At the basement, Naoto merges with Gridman and fights the kaiju. The kaiju has spider web attacks, and Yuka and Ippei deploy Dino Dragon to burn the webs. Gridman transforms into King Gridman and defeats the kaiju just before Soichiro gets executed. Soichiro is released and reunites with his family. But wait, where's Naoto? Later, Naoto has been made to sit outside while the rest of the family celebrates Soichiro's birthday. Yuka and Ippei keep Naoto company, and he says he doesn't mind, so long as his dad's safe. They observe a constellation that looks like Gridman, and then Daichi comes out to inform Naoto he can come back inside now. The narrator warns us to be careful of bad actors who misuse the Constitution. Thanks, man. The end.
I can't believe
that constellation looks like Gridman, allegedly.
Yes.
That's what all to be fair, that's all constellations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I look at them and I go, does it look like that? Does it really?
I like that there's one constellation that's like, this is triangle. It's like, well, yes. You can connect 3 points into a triangle.
I'm a big fan of the spirit of the West Wing and also Gundam Unicorn slowly sneaking their way into the end here. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to give the people making this show, gotta give credit. The transition of the narrator going, you're probably wondering how this came to be that Soichiro is about to be executed, and then it cuts to Takashi going, oh man, I really gotta pee. Funny, one of the funniest jokes of this show.
Fantastic. That's how good. That's Gridman.
I've big fan of like Condigifer hacks the Constitution and it automatically makes cops like that.
Yes, there's like this is another classic case of Gridman writers being like, what if he creates a new constitution and hacks into the Ministry of Justice and now people are getting arrested? And then they actually sit down to write the thing and go, oh, hang on, I have to brainwash the cops. It doesn't work unless I brainwash
I also like that there's similar logic. There's like the toy logic of like cops equal good, so therefore the villains make the cops reward bad things.
Yes.
Which is not how that would actually work in real life.
Cops do not reward good behavior.
This is a glorified opposite, Dave.
But also it's like like Connor's just like, oh yes, I need people who are like lawbreakers who like steal and stuff because that'll reinforce my order, which is like, the opposite of what a dictatorship would involve.
Yes.
It's like, no, I think you'd find you need compliant people.
Yeah. Would like to point out there was an Ultraman Kids episode that was just this.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. I think there was
rewarded. Yeah.
I think there was an Ultraman Kids writer who was on the show, but I forgot.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like even if not, this is a very natural place
Yeah.
But what kid does not want to watch an episode where everyone gets to do the bad thing? You know, like that's just such a appealing pitch for a children's TV show.
Yes. I love the shoplifter getting like a yes. Big reward. She just looks so confused. It's like, this is not how it usually goes. Soichiro is at his best this episode. Yes. He is the struggler. Love that guy.
I love when the priest comes and he's like, I'm here to save you. That is your soul once it gets to heaven. And he's like, what do you mean?
I like how this Japanese prison has a Catholic priest, because of course it does, because Tsuburaya.
Yes.
Yeah, in the Tsuburaya future sci-fi show, Japan has gone full Catholic.
Also, one of the guards has a really fun outfit.
Which guard? I didn't.
He's got like an M. Bison kind of outfit.
Oh, he does.
The hand of authority.
Yeah,
hand of authority. They're really mean to him the whole time. And he's just strapped into the. First of all, in the techno future of Gridman sci-fi of the cyberpunk 90s, this is they don't hang people, they fry them, they electric chair people. Like that feels like more old-fashioned in some way to me.
Miku voice.
Can you
yeah.
It's so dystopian, the way that the cops are mocking the person they arrested.
Yeah, Could
you imagine if they did that?
They get really, like, for lack of a better term, like handsy with him. Like they're grabbing his chin and making him look up. Like it. I noticed that when he was in the chair.
Could you imagine if cops were like that? If prison guards were like that?
What a dystopian hell world.
There is a funny observation here, which is they were also like that with Takeshi that one time in a past Gridman episode when he was just on his bike late at night.
Oh yeah.
I also like the bit where the cop is like, rules are rules, so we have to follow them just because, without questioning the validity of rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Takeshi, like, peeing in a public park again is like, well, that's not ideal, but also it's not like there's infrastructure in place for him to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of like,
Yeah. Who made this episode?
This episode was made by your mom. No, I'm joking. This was directed by...
You waited 159 episodes to pull that shit?
So, do you want to know the fucked up thing? Is I decided, like, middle of last week I was going to do that, but because of force of habit, I pulled out the book and started looking at what the director's name was anyways, and only then did it hit me, oh wait, no, I prepared a bit. Anyways, it was...
You prepared a bit when your bit was saying your mom.
This is my devious machinations.
I see.
This was
fucking real condigiferous over here.
This was directed by Yoshiki Kitamura and then written by Masakazu Megida.
Mel.
Suit actors: Gridman, normal Hiroki Okano, King Kunitoshi Endo. Dyna Dragon is uncredited. Reason for that, maybe
it was my mother.
Yeah, probably.
This is a real robot.
That's maybe because the normal suit actor for Dyna Dragon, Toshi Miyake, was the suit actor for the Kaiju, Con Giorgio Giovanna.
Yeah, thank you.
Daft Punk song.
So I don't quite know who was in the Dyna Dragon suit. Maybe it was just reused footage. Who knows? Or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they just didn't credit people because they're sleazy companies.
Yeah. This is Do they ever show up in the same shot together? I'm trying to think.
That might be a thing. I forgot, but I'm not gonna check now.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Kaiju suit Con Giorgio, where the suit was made from kit bashing together parts from Baranga, Mecha Bagheera, and Dazzlepa. And yeah.
Nice.
Back to the episode.
Yeah.
Even though it sucks for Naoto, I do like this as a culmination of the superhero genre being here.
Yes.
Where he's like, he really does have to leave and do the sociopathic thing to actually save his dad. But because his family doesn't know he's Gridman and that he's going to save him, they think he's a crazy person who's abandoning his dad. And it's like thankless job.
Yeah, the family's like reaction to this of being like, well, I guess we did something wrong. Like we went wrong raising you. What's wrong with you? What?
And maybe they should have asked that question when he tied his brother to the bed. But
I also enjoy how furious his mom is when the whatever the access device thing is called starts to beep, and she's like, "You brought your stupid fucking toy to your dad's execution."
Yeah. It's great.
It's like one of those things where, like, as a kid you're like, oh, there's no fair, and then as an adult you're like, well, it isn't fair, but also it's totally reasonable for this to happen, unfortunately, because that's just what the genre is like.
He's going to die.
Yeah.
Your father is going to die. You do have to lock in.
Yeah, how do you explain to your parents, no, I can save our dad from dying?
And you just can't. You have to just tank the reputation hit.
Yeah. I think, like, as like, despite the ridiculousness of this plot, I like it as like the last episode of the week we get before the two-parter.
Yeah,
because of the resolution.
His position at the end of the episode is like, it's fine that my family are now suspicious of me and have kicked me out of the house while they celebrate my dad's birthday, because I saved his life. They don't know I did that, but that's okay. What's important is he's not dead.
Yeah.
And this is unfortunately, I think Gridman is leaving Naoto a broken human. I think he's turned him into Shiro Emiya, which is not something anyone should be.
No, everyone should strive to be a hero of justice. It worked out great for him.
This is theoretically how Ultraman would leave Shin Hayata if Shin Hayata was himself a person and not just a vessel.
Maybe this is why Ultraman
in human form.
Yeah, maybe this is why Ultraman, OG Ultraman, doesn't let Shin Hayata like be awake during the whole process, because he's like, well, I gotta leave him normal at the end of this.
Don't worry about the reputation hit.
Don't worry about that. Just run a really long way every time.
Yeah. And I ran so far away.
But obviously he has his friends who are willing to sit out in the cold with him. That's Gridman.
Yeah. His friends who have now turned into love triangle that isn't really a triangle anymore.
Yeah. Is there anything else to say about this episode?
As the last batch of the wacky zone before we're in the final two-parter, I enjoyed it. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. I like this episode. It is time for the epic conclusion of Gridman. I suppose I can just run this summary will run quite long if I just run through the both of them, but I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, how we do things usually.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if I have enough on each of these as individual pieces, really.
Cool. Episode 38, The Earth in Danger. We speedrun a normal episode of Gridman in 10 minutes. Takeshi has sent a kaiju into the garbage incinerator system and hacked it, so no garbage is getting disposed of. Bags of trash are piling high along the streets, uncollected and stinking the whole city up. Takeshi has...
Imagine if there was a real major city where they did this. They didn't have garbage bins in New York until Mondani got elected.
Do they not?
They just left the garbage out in the streets.
Wait, really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
What? Man, come on. Like, well, I'm glad that's sorted now.
There was some crazy reactions to it where I was like, what are you talking about? As if like the idea that this, I don't know, it was a wild thing to discover.
This does feel like when like chip and pin kind of got bigger in America and people were like, what is this newfangled technology? And I was reading about it being described online and I was like, I've had that all my life. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there was like someone reacting like, oh man, this is just like another form of like, government control, and everyone is like, most cities in the world have this. Why is New York so fucking backwards about this?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's sorted now. Good for New York. Well done. Where was I? Right, yes. Bags of trash are piling high along the streets, uncollected and stinking the whole city up. Takeshi has hidden the kaiju in a bug in the system, so he thinks Gridman will struggle to find the problem. Khan Digifer is impressed. Takeshi visits the trio and gives a mask to Yuka, who thanks him, but is concerned about being the only one in the gang with a mask. Naoto assures her it's fine, and Takeshi realizes that Naoto is getting all the credit for Takeshi's gift. Ippei appears at Takeshi's shoulder and says, wow, he's getting all the credit for your gift. I get it, man. I'm often a third wheel myself. Takeshi insists Ippei would never understand him and runs away. Takeshi gets home and decides to kick in a poison gas attack, like just stinking up the city. I don't think it's actually poison gas. I think it's just a bad smell. Maybe. I don't know. Unfortunately, this alerts Gridman to the kaiju's presence, and Gridman saves the day. Khan Digifer is not impressed. He's done with Takeshi's fucking tantrums, and he drives him out of his own home with his lightning zaps. Khan Digifer assumes direct control of Takeshi's computer and decides to do it all himself. He sets off a highlight reel of presumably his favorite cyber attacks throughout the series, and he addresses the human world directly. This is the final play. He's going to conquer the Earth. Meanwhile, the trio found Takeshi, who was mumbling about Khan Digifer, and when the new attack began, he boasted about being the brain of Khan Digifer. This means Khan Digifer is hosted on Takeshi's computer. Naoto and Yuka head to Junk, while Ippei drags Takeshi to his home, where they can shut off Khan Digifer for good. Unfortunately, Takeshi's computer defends itself by sprouting giant cyber vines. Ippei and Takeshi retreat to Junk, where they watch Gridman try and fail to arrest Khan Digifer. I cheered when Gridman got into the computer world and said, Khan Digifer, you're under arrest. It's so good. Also, Takeshi has been experiencing delusions as Yuka slaps him, and he says, I can feel your love in that slap, After a one-sided battle, Gridman returns. Naoto looks beaten the fuck up. Yuka takes care of him while Ippei punches Takeshi. The episode concludes with the battle undecided and Takeshi crying that he has been so lonely. Episode 39 is called Goodbye Gridman. Takeshi tells the trio that Khan Digifer is his friend who looked out for him when no one else would. He is confronted with the fact that everyone has had to suffer because of his attacks. Takeshi then says he's scared and he had no choice. He then admits it's his fault, and Naoto asks him to help them stop Khan Digifer. Takeshi says he can't, but so the trio get to work without him. They have to access Takeshi's computer without his help. Unfortunately, it's well defended, and they can't get in. Gridman tells Naoto Khan Digifer is causing all kinds of chaos in the computer world, and Ippei has to stop Naoto from jumping straight back into the fight without a plan. Instead, Ippei has an idea. While Khan Digifer is addressing the public, they send a broadcast generally mocking him, baiting him into jumping into Junk's computer world, where Naoto can battle him safely on home turf, and also they can create like an arrest program. They cast Hold Monster. Takeshi watches Naoto merge with Gridman and realizes that Naoto is Gridman, and he's like, that's crazy. What? Gridman and Khan Digifer do battle, and it's kind of sick. Yuka launches the arrest program, but it doesn't hold Khan Digifer for long. These two arch rivals have a sword fight. Khan Digifer disarms Gridman and then spots Takeshi through the monitor. What are you doing there? Have you betrayed me, Takeshi? Takeshi attempts to deny it, but Khan Digifer zaps him through the screen anyway. Then Yuka and Ippei and Gridman all try to protect him from the zapping. When they're safe in a hiding spot, Takeshi asks why they're doing so much for him, and Yuka says, we're saving the world. That includes you. Khan Digifer destroys the assist weapons, and now it's just raw Gridman versus Khan Digifer with a sword. Gridman leaves Junk and heads to Takeshi's computer. Now that there's a direct link, Takeshi finally comes around on the idea of stopping Khan Digifer. He's going to erase all the programs on his computer remotely. He admits that Khan Digifer is a monster summoned by the ugly feelings in his heart, and he needs to put a stop to all this himself. Meanwhile, a crowd gathers outside Takeshi's house as the giant vines grow out of the ceiling and open a hole in the sky that leads to the computer world, showing the gathered crowd the battle. Khan Digifer's plan is to now leave the computer world and start conquering Earth directly. He also wants to push Gridman into the real world because apparently this will destroy him. Takeshi completes the program to wipe his own computer, and Yuka and Ippei realize this could kill Gridman and Naoto too. Yuka decides to go through with it, and they'll just have to have faith that Gridman can pull through. She pushes the button and sends the program to Gridman. Gridman destroys Khan Digifer and appears to be destroyed himself. False alarm. He's fine. The day is saved. Naoto is returned to the basement, and Gridman says goodbye to each of the 4 kids in turn. Goodbye, Gridman, the hyper agent. He returns to whatever world it is he comes from. The gang go up onto a hill to watch his energy vanish into the sky, and Takeshi tears up the love letter he has in his pocket, calling it nothing when the others ask about it. He asks if they can be his friends, and they say, we already are friends. Ippei mock threatens him, saying he better not pull any more villain shit again, and Takeshi responds being like, careful, or I'll set Khan Digifer on you. Unfortunately, Khan Digifer was a very real threat until about 3 minutes ago, so they don't take this joke super great, and Takeshi has to tell them he was kidding. They all have a good laugh. The end.
And then 30 years later, at the same spot, Zanga will die after drinking a sip of coffee.
Is this the spot?
Yes.
That's great. Man, Zangil. Zangil's so cool.
Yeah.
That's the end of Gridman.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Gridman? Well, the finale 2 episodes.
I thought is on the whole pretty nifty. But also, damn, Takeshi still kind of sucks a lot in these episodes.
I briefly thought that they had found a fun like through line on Takeshi where Yuka briefly started appealing to his pride instead of trying to get him to like confess his sins, and it sounded like you're letting Khan Digifer control you, and I was briefly like, oh, this is the route to Vegeta Takeshi. Which obviously I'm big Vegeta is Vegeta and is really cool, and that was maybe what I was like banking on there. Once she started doing that, I was like, keep it that, come on, let's do it. It didn't go that way in the end. It went with Takeshi. They get Takeshi to like break down. I'll go for it.
Would Vegeta have existed yet? I don't actually know the publication. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I saw
it. Dragon Ball the manga.
Oh wait, no, fucking.
Oh wait, no, hang on. Oh right, yes.
Fucking wait, Sonic 2 was out, so Super Sonic exists, therefore Super Saiyan exists. So yeah, probably.
Okay.
1988 was the first debut chapter of Vegeta.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should know. Cool. I don't know. That was a silly question. Hindsight, I was like, well, obviously.
No, it did briefly take me aback. I was like, oh well, Dragon Ball starts in the 80s, but I don't know.
But there's also like the manga, the anime as well, which is also different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they wind up with like I would describe this as the stock bad guy becomes a good guy at the end of the story.
Yeah.
In like Japanese anime, TV and video games.
Yeah.
I would say they do it at the mean average level of quality.
Yeah, this was very... I would describe this as very by the numbers as far as how I thought this ending would go. The big problem I actually feel like I have with this two-parter is I think on a more practical showmaking sense, I think that all of our main cast here get put into a position where they are interacting with Takashi in a way that they haven't had the time to actually build up that sort of dynamic as like actors. And for some of the more emotional moments,
like it's one thing for like the characters to not really interacted much until like this episode.
Yeah.
But it's another thing when you think about that implies as well that the actors have not interacted much, maybe necessarily.
Yeah, and like I kept thinking they were going for emotional moments here that I think were just a little bit out of the grasp of the ability of the kids, which was a shame because like they definitely are trying, but like a lot of it felt stilted to me in a way that I was like, oh well, like I mean, of course they haven't really had to do scenes like this before for this show with each other, like to this degree.
It's interesting.
Would have crushed it.
It's also interesting that I would say that most of the Takeshi stuff is like all propped up by like previous work for his character, like solo. Like they have not. I also think there's a problem of the characters haven't really interacted with him enough to be making these appeals to him in a way. There's a degree of like
they only interacted with like his nobody or whatever.
they interacted with his nobody, and they don't, for instance, they don't recognize that guy was Takashi all along, because this final stretch of Gridman is less serialized storytelling.
They did also see the two of them in the same place at the same time, which probably would make them not think that.
Yes, but also they've encountered magic before. Maybe who knows? And also like way back in the day when you had that one episode that had the kid in the wheelchair who wound up getting saved from his wheelchair by the rest of the kids, and the whole time Takashi is like in the background going like, I can't believe they have those guys have the time to save the heart of that kid, but not fucking me. And that's kind of like the most we have it going into these two episodes, and unfortunately we just don't have much to work with when doing this because the by the numbers payoff is always strengthened by the previous work that was put into it. It's like when the bad guy gets redeemed, I don't like it because the bad guy is getting redeemed. I always like it because of the show that came before it.
Yeah.
And they haven't really put in the work there.
Yeah, we get a few episodes, like again, we had the big like confronting himself, but that was like in isolation, and then I guess in line with Mothra fanboys, predictions, this show did just return to normal after that until the final episode.
Yes, it did.
There's a weirdness going on too with like Yuka doesn't even recognize him at first, and Ippei's like, "Oh, that's that weird loner guy we see sometimes." And there's almost like this Schrodinger's relationship of the writer themselves feels a little unsure how much familiarity they should give the Gridman crew to Takashi to get this ball rolling a little bit.
I think there is a hint of a very good idea here, which is they keep like, and they hone in on this at the very end as well, is I think the camaraderie between Takashi and the trio, I think the most potential there is between Takashi and Ippei.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when Takashi is like watching, yes, when Takashi and Ippei is looking at Yuka and Naoto, and Ippei just appears behind him to be like, "Yeah, man, that's how it goes." That's how it goes with them. No hope. It's good. But the idea that Ippei's the one that recognizes him, is the guy that remembers him, is I think is fun and would have been the thing that I would have been playing with if there was more time spent on like Takashi and the gang.
I think
because they don't get. I think at this point, what I'm doing is I'm hypothesizing about a show I would rather it was, rather than thinking about the show that it is. But I am sort of like what if Takeshi had kind of figured out that they were the Gridman crew.
Yeah.
And
this is kind of falling into like a similar thing of like the Tsuburaya staple of like the secret identity is kept until the very last minute.
Yes.
Also, I think there's like, joke we make a lot rearing its head. I think I've coalesced into something coherent. Writing TV is easy when it's an episode of the week, but writing TV is hard when you actually have to make it like a single coherent thing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is like describes our overall feelings on Ultraman, I feel like, where it's like, yeah, there's lots of shows where like, 10 out of 10 episodes here and there, but like does the entire show
right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I do feel very positively about Gridman the whole show. I like Gridman.
I mean, yeah, we still feel that way about like, we like Ultra 7, we like Gridman, but doesn't mean we also like don't find problems with like it's the episodic structure, or like, sometimes they struggle to stick the landing with a finale with a show that's basically runs on being plot of the week.
Well, I am on record as that's why Ultra 7 is probably still my favorite, is because I think they spent their one chance at doing the platonic ideal ending of a Monster of the Week show.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you fought a monster every week, you're dying.
Hokuto, as you know, if you tell anyone you're Ultra and Ace, you will die.
Yes. As you've known for this past 3 years.
He's like, yes, I do know that. Why are you telling me this now?
Yeah. On the other hand, of like it's my slight disappointment with them basically doing by the numbers villain redemption for Takashi, and I don't think it fully pays off what I want, because what is there to pay off? They didn't really, they didn't have him interacting with the rest of the cast.
They didn't
enough.
get that in the first place.
No. And then on the other hand, Kandejifa rocks this episode. Kandejifa fighting Gridman personally, I'm like, Now hang on.
I like his scimitar.
Yeah.
I just kind of realized this is like technically the first show we've had where they've actually had a consistent villain all the way through.
Yeah.
They tried in Leo.
Well, we all know. Well, we all know how Yapul and that went, but
yeah.
They should have made the anime about like pieces of Condigifer.
It's crazy that Leo fucked that up worse than Ace. I like how Ace ends the Yapul. I think that episode's cool. I think the episode right after is also cool.
They should have made it so that like in this final batch of episodes, Condigifer sees a bird program and he goes, "Hold on, what if that was my wife?"
This can get real funny in a second.
Just make it a tradition for the villain.
The villain always falls in love with a bird.
Yes.
Yeah. Condigifer is his design is so cool, and then he exists to us purely as a guy on a computer monitor, like a huge ass computer, like CRT computer monitor, and then he's in the computer world with Gridman fighting him, like doing CQC with no music, and It's like, this fucking rocks.
It's like it's the same energy as the last time I I traveled countries to go to my actual office, and I met a dude who I've been talking with over like Google Meet webcam chats for years. And upon seeing him in real life for the first time, realized that he is like a 6.5 foot tall, jacked man.
I see.
Just be like, holy fuck. That's how you look in the entire 3 dimensions?
Jack Reacher, motherfucker.
Yeah. I thought you were just a dude. you're a giant.
Yeah. Condigifer could hoop.
Yeah. I like has Gridman ever done that like glowing rider dive kick looking thing before?
Once.
I did like how he did like a fucking Guile flash kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a good fight. They have a sword fight, and then Gridman does the sword catch and the break. It's a classic. It's classic for a reason. It's cool. But in particular, just I've been on this podcast saying before, I can't wait for the Gridman that has like a badge and says, I'm here to arrest you. And yes. The Gridman lands in the computer world, and instead of immediately throwing hands, just says, Condigifer, you're under arrest. I'm like, that rules. He's gonna take him in.
Yeah.
He's the hyper agent. It's great.
Yeah.
I think it's also fun. I don't think they've done this before where junk itself is under attack. I think if you haven't done that, doing it for the final, the villain getting one up on the hero and everything is doomed, like that's a good bit. Yeah, I'm happy it feels like for the first time in a long time they just made the show they set out to make.
Yeah.
Like
the last full length show we had dropped its premise 12 episodes in.
He bid school life au revoir.
It does get a little wacky in that last third. I feel like they really start to stretch out, like, I don't know where it comes from. I almost wonder if maybe they were concerned that the more, because I don't know if I want to call them more serious, because that also feels wrong.
Right.
But I almost wonder if they were thinking the show was maybe a little too dry for the kids or like the younger portion of the audience, and like they really wanted to ham it up and make it more fun. And in that, I do think they succeeded. Like, I think this is a very entertaining show. I think if I was a kid and watched this, I would have, like, honestly, similar to how I feel about Taro. I feel like if I was a kid, I would have had a really good time watching this, like, just like week after week. I think this is a very effective show. It's what it's doing. It's weird because I find this show very entertaining. I feel like I'm on the fence on if I enjoyed it, but I think part of, like, it's weird because I think part of it is that, like, I think this is a very good show, but I also feel like there's not a ton for me personally to grasp on in a way. And I mean, this is going to forever be, I think, the divide between, like, the really old shit and the current shit is, like, this is a show that is giving life advice for elementary school kids, right?
Mm.
And I think from that very nature, like, there's just a lot of character work and stuff that is just never going to quite hit for me in that way, and, like, you know, that's perfectly fine. But like, it's odd because, like, acknowledging that, would I say I had a great time watching this? Yeah. Do I think that this is, I don't know that I'd recommend people go out of their way to watch this, though, at the same time. You know what I mean? And that's a weird feeling to sit with. As I wrapped this show, was kind of, it's like that. I had a great time watching this. I think they made something really phenomenal, especially in comparison to a lot of the jobs that they've tried doing beforehand that just completely fell apart. But at the same time, I'm like, like, I miss when we could take bigger swings in terms of character and themes that were being discussed. And I do, if there is one criticism I do have to give the show, I think that they maybe leave some of the technology themes that they promised at the very start of the show and some of the early episodes. I think a little bit of that gets left on the table as the show increasingly becomes more about, like, what's the funny thing that we can do this week.
You don't think Benkei is about technology?
No. But it is a very entertaining episode, which is, like, I can't call the show bad. Like, that shit is amazing. When he's getting stuck in the jungle gym, it's hilarious.
You don't think that a rogue remote control vacuum cleaner is playing on the fears and anxieties about technology that are in the air in the 90s?
I haven't vacuumed since. No, that's a joke. I vacuum every week. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm more positive. I mainly because I'm just like, the show has got good gags. I think I've just been enjoying the stupid, almost semi-sitcom style plots that they've been pulling out. I have grown an appreciation for Naoto. They did it.
He's a real boy.
He's kind of almost real. But I think him becoming more and more of, like, a serious hero guy who's like has to engage with that on a deeper level than, like, oh, I guess I have to save the world. I think it's been good. I think there have been times where Gridman has not gone in the way that I'd be like, I'd expect from, like, a more mature show, maybe. But I've had a good time nonetheless.
Yeah. I also think it was a different take on the quote-unquote formula, breath of fresh air, compared to, like, all the stuff we watched.
Yes. It was not just an Ultraman reskin. I was expecting Ultraman by another name, and it was different enough that I can confidently say, like, when someone asks me, is Gridman like Ultraman, I will very confidently say, Yeah, but no. And I'll mean it. So yeah, I do appreciate that.
I hope I'm curious now once we get back to Ultraman. I'm hoping there's a lot of lessons learned from this show, and I mean we talked about before, like it was successful enough that they extended the episode count. Because I do think this is just the overall vibe I would want if they're going to do the Children's Hero Monster of the Week show. I think this is a very good core to think, okay, well, when we tackle our next project, what should it be like? This is the groundwork I'm really hoping that they're looking back to, and not necessarily the Showa era stuff.
I'm thinking about the Takeshi that isn't actually like a good guy at the end of the show. Again, I'm thinking about Takeshi helps the gang defeat Khan Digifer, but at the end walks off still with his pride, being like, I'm not working with those losers again. I don't know. We could have had it all. But I guess he has to. He shouldn't be lonely anymore. He should have a friend. Maybe he'll get on with Ippei.
They. You know what they could have done that I think would have been sick is in the same way he likes designing the monsters, and Ippei likes designing the new gadgets.
Here we go.
Like that was a slam dunk, but probably time, and also I mean then you have to get like a design and built out a new.
This is just
thing.
Like how Tails and Dr. Eggman are rivals in Sonic Adventure 2.
Mm-hmm. Khan Digifer should have blew up part of the moon.
I mean, every time he's like trying to make a big speech to the people,
I've come to make an announcement. Gridman's a bitch ass motherfucker. Yeah, I have when he appeared on the screen, I was like, if I could edit video. If I knew how to do that, no problem.
I guess I should do that.
I was thinking of the oh, this is so stupid. I was thinking of Goto showing up. I'm not going to be able to find an image of this very niche video game. But SMT1, you can go to like the public square and like Goto is like on the screen.
God. The guy who's definitely not Mishima.
I am almost positive. Oh no, they don't have his first name. I was about to say I'm pretty sure his first name is also Yuko, but it's not.
Okay. Who made these last two episodes?
So interestingly enough, both were directed by Hirochika Muraishi. Episode 38 was written by Mie Hirano, and then episode 39 was written by Yasushi Hirano.
Okay. So the husband and wife duo that broke up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they break up during the show or after?
I could not find an actual date on when the split happened, but considering, I believe she, after from what I gather, after the divorce, she was just like, I'm not writing TV anymore.
Oh, okay.
And I think she stopped writing around the late 90s, so they were definitely still together at this point, it seems.
Wow. Mal.
Yeah. Suit actors, Gridman, Normal, Hiroki Hano, King Gridman, Kunitoshi Endo. Once again, Dyna Dragon uncredited for the same reasons, presumably, as the last time.
Because it's my mother.
Yeah. The Kaiju Skubone at the start of episode 38 is a suit actor Atsuya Nishimura, and is made from modifying Dazzleba's suit and adding Venora's arms. And of course, the main event, Khan Digifer, suit actor throughout the show, as you may recall, is Takeshi Enomoto, whereas his big size kaiju form in this episode, Toshio Miyake, is the suit actor. The original suit that we had for most of the show is rather simple because literally just the mask and robe with nothing else underneath. You don't gotta do all that. Meanwhile, the Kaiju form suit is actually repurposed from an alien magma suit used for theme park attractions.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Yeah. The originally they were going to try and repurpose the Neo Metalist suit. Apparently the name Digifer is come from the shortening of Digital Lucifer. And then they add the word con at the front to enhance the name.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, during the planning stages when the show was still Big Man, he was originally going to be called Shredder.
What?
You can't do that.
You can't do that?
Here's a picture of Shredder.
If you just post a picture of Shredder, okay. For a moment there, I thought you were just going to post a picture of Shredder.
That would have been funny, but
there's Shredder. There's Big Man's very own Shredder. Man, that's great.
Big Man,
Baby Dan Dan, as opposed to Baby Dan Dan. Cool. What else is there to say about this here finale of Gridman? I like the little speed run Gridman episode where they just kind of prove that they just have it. They can do it in 10 minutes, like it's no problem. They're just like, well, whatever. We can do a whole episode in 10 minutes. Fuck you. I think it's pretty cool, and I like Han Digifer ultimately deciding that he's just kind of sick of Takashi.
Yeah, it is a fun wrinkle. They're like, oh yeah, it was a perfect plan, except it didn't work because of Takashi being,
Yeah, he's being obsessive over Yuka. I suppose we should speak on the subject of him and Yuka. What's the feeling? Do we feel that anything has been resolved, really, on this front?
Yeah, because he tore up the letter, right?
Yeah.
That's all the work they need to do.
Yeah.
Especially when he's like, don't worry. I know I can feel your love for me when
you slap me. Please,
for a split second,
Uh-huh.
I really thought they were going to do his parents hit him bit to follow up on that, but I see. It was not. It was not going that direction.
See, because now that they know that he's the guy that was responsible for Han Digifer stuff, they can now connect him to, for instance, kidnapping Yuka.
Yes.
And they just just don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard. It's not the kind of show Gridman is anymore. Gridman doesn't carry plots. Plots don't carry on from episode to episode. And so it doesn't matter. I don't know what Naoto is going to do now that he doesn't have his special thing.
It'd be really funny if Yuka was like, well, now that you aren't in Gridman anymore, you actually don't have much going on.
Yeah. She's like, well, yeah. But yeah, I don't know that a lot of the character stuff has really been tied up in the way that they kind of ultimately act like it is. I don't really, there's just kind of like this association of like him being interested in Yuka is what is like part of him being bad and being a villain, and not just like something that like Ippei thinks that, right? Like Ippei is interested in Yuka sometimes, and it's like, okay, well, it's I don't know. I think.
Key point being sometimes, because he's always,
he's always on the lookout.
Yeah.
He falls down romantic holes. And then he experiences disaster.
This is why I presume it happens to all Lakers fans.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about sports to make that joke.
No.
Laker?
Neither do I.
I hardly know her.
Hey, there you go. Is there any last note we want to make on this finale / Gridman, the TV show?
I think this is a television show. I have 8% left on the sorter I forgot to do. I'm expanding the time before we get to the section.
Okay, well, it's okay. I have a write-up for what could have been, so you can take care of that.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, I just completed 2. All right, we're good.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah.
Do you have some information for us?
Yeah. So start where there was some stuff that didn't happen in the show. For instance, like the sound fairies not showing up more than once.
Okay.
So while the head writer for the series, Yasushi Hirano, wanted like Unison and other compoids in the show to expand the setting, apparently the whole deal with like green screening the girl onto the set with Gridman and all that and compositing was so time consuming, Subaru was like, let's not add more of these to the show.
Oh.
Damn.
I'm not gonna do a whole thing because there's a lot of pictures, but here's just like a link to a bunch of unused kaiju from Gridman.
All right.
You can look at a few of them here. But listed here, you can look at the images yourself, and then I'll provide a link for people to look at later. But here there's a Mecha Blizzalar, Shinobular with guns called Commando Shinobular.
Oh, Commando Shinobular looks really sick, actually.
Yeah. Oh, man. Commando Shinobular looks like he should be in some kind of run and gun shooter.
There's some guys. There's a Kodaigon type guy, Whiptails, Octopus guy, bunch of things like that. Some nifty designs here.
Yeah. Cool.
But more importantly, this was a show that did well and also did not get a sequel.
Yeah. Was it supposed to?
So Gridman had good toy sales and its rating grew over the course of its broadcast, so ultimately it was a major success, but production issues meant it only ended at 39 episodes. From my call, some of these production issues may have also tied into some general issues at Subaraya at the moment, because there was issues with the production of Ultraman Powered, which is going on at the same time. So, look forward to we talk about that in a bit. And that basically left Subaraya with a lot less cash to make a follow-up show than they would have otherwise had, despite having initial plans to do so. There's also the fact that Subaraya was busy preparing for other Ultra Series projects at the time, such as Heisei Ultra 7, Ultraman Neos, and Ultraman Tiga. In fact, many of the Gridman staff were moved onto Heisei Ultra 7 first and then onto Tiga, so basically a lot of staff overlap / the people who are working on shows will end up working on those instead of making more Gridman. So, people who worked on Gridman will be taking those lessons onto future Ultraman stuff. Mm-hmm. And of course, Subaraya is incapable of doing anything other than trying to make the golden goose of Ultraman lay eggs at the expense of any other project.
Yeah.
Additionally, the show's sponsors and broadcasters were trepidatious about doing a sequel, which prevented it from getting off the ground. However, some of this is also due to CBS going restructuring at the time and slowly pivot away from Toku programming altogether, it seems. Ultimately, this means that Subaraya prioritizing Ultraman snuffed out Gridman's flame before it could take off any further. Though Gridman also did set the groundwork for the studio's work on Tiga and later stuff this decade, including how they handle special effects and fight scenes, so look forward to seeing the production DNA in future stuff we're going to see.
Okay.
However, there were some, we have still some information on some stuff that was going to happen or like potential sequel stuff. First of all, and this will be really funny as I explain further, there's Gridman Sigma.
Okay.
So originally,
I feel like the Sigma Gridman.
Originally in episode 17 of the show, there was a plan for Takeshi to become originally to become Khan Knight, to be a rival to Gridman.
Okay.
And in episode 26, Takeshi would undergo a redemption and become a Grid Knight, becoming an ally to Gridman.
Okay.
These episodes were dropped when the episode count was changed. I think this may have been when the show was still planned to be 50 episodes, and so when they changed it to be 26 episodes and then later 39, that was shifted around. Here's some sort of rough draft designs for Grid Knight.
Yeah.
Basically just palette swap for Gridman.
Uh-huh.
Had these plans gone through, Grid Knight was supposed to be the protagonist of a follow-up series. After the show finished, Kazumitsu Akamatsu wanted to keep some way to keep Gridman alive, even just for a little bit, and so arranged basically photo magazine story until it became Gridman the Hyper Agent, the Demon King's counterattack. In this story, Takeshi would become Gridman Sigma and would team up with Gridman to fight Neo Condigifer, who is Condigifer's brother.
I can't take Gridman Sigma. I can't do it.
See, here's the thing, though, is if Takashi learned what a Sigma male was, if times were different, he would be calling himself Gridman Sigma.
Here's Gridman shaking hands with Gridman Sigma.
Fantastic.
You the normal Gridman, me the Gridman Sigma.
The plan was also by having two Gridman heroes, they were able to have King and Thunder Gridman forms side by side, as they were unable to have in the show.
Right.
There was also a combined power-up form called Full Power Gridman, which uses both mecha, though it's technically just Thunder Gridman riding on the King Jet with the Dragonic Cannon.
I see.
For budget reasons, the Kaiju were not made of suits, but rather as miniatures. Here's a list of all of the Kaiju here. This was a caption.
It makes sense if you're not doing like a show, right? Like, just easier to make them small.
Oh, red Condigifer.
Yeah. According to
brother is red.
According to this thing from the Ultra Wiki, the monsters from left to right, horizontal up to below, starting with the red Condigifer, is Neo Condigifer, Neo Metalus, Magma Gyrus. So I think it's like, so then Magma Gyrus, Glavis, my personal favorite, Mad Texas.
Texas? Does it have a gun? It has guns. It has guns.
Gorgoberos, Devilite, and Geist Digifer, which is like a Neo Condigifer's final form. Here's a better photo of it.
I quite like these Kaiju.
Yeah, they're fun.
I wish we got Mad Texas and something else.
Mad Texas.
Yeah. Here's a Full Power Gridman, so you know.
I think it's neat because, like, you can see, especially with some of these proportions, they can get a little more stylized because, like, this isn't something that people need to fit inside.
That was your argument for why puppets are good.
Yes.
This is how JFK should have popped back.
Incidentally, Gridman Sigma was designed by Hideo Okamoto, who also was one of the mobile suit designers in Gundam Double Zeta.
I can see it. Like this, the Geist Digifer or whatever he's called, like that feel, like the shoulders, the legs, like it.
MD Geist Digifer.
Yes.
The most dangerous Geist.
Yeah.
This photo novel would later serve as inspiration for the 2015 animated short Gridman the Hyper Agent, Boys Invent Great Hero, which was animated by Studio Trigger and released as part of the same animation expo as Ultraman vs. Jackal.
I see.
I have that short earmarked as a thing we'll watch when we get around to the actual...
That's before they did the SSS show?
Yeah. Presumably it was like one of the things that led to it happening.
Yeah.
So I have that earmarked as a thing we'll watch for the first episode of SSS.
Okay, cool.
In like 5 years or whatever.
Good old SSSS Gridman.
This was in the releases part of the short was in the same expo as the Ultraman vs. Jackal short, so that's a fun connection there.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, there was another sequel plan idea called Gridman F for Fighter. which was a separate idea that was drafted around this time that was to take place 2 years after the original series and feature a wholly new cast with the exception of Ippei, who is going to be returning.
That's a really funny pick.
Ippei is the one that comes back?
Well, yeah, because he has to design all this stuff.
That's fun.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, this wholly original plot that you've never heard before was going to revolve around the Demon King Alex Carib as he manipulates schoolgirl Akane Shinjo to help him launch an invasion of the human world.
Oh my god!
To fight against the kaiju, Gridman would fuse with Ippei's classmate, Yuka Hibiki.
Okay.
Of course, this proposal was held for all time.
This is the plot of the photo novel specifically?
No, this is the plot of the scrap sequel that never got made.
I see. Yes.
That never got made.
It never got made. It never got made. Dearest listener, it never got made. Erase all this knowledge from your mind.
Do not look up these character names.
No.
But yeah, presumably they just I don't think they redug up the whole entire plot, obviously, but presumably they just got these names from the old draft. Yeah, I was like, this is a nice tip of the hat too.
Yeah, the actual show is doing some other shit as well.
Yeah.
Which is why it's not a 1-to-1. It's not 1-to-1 on the format of Gridman.
Also, definitely feels like it's one of those things where it feels like it's made with the fans of old thing that is now much older in mind, sort of deal.
It is also only 12 episodes.
Yes.
Which changes what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the unmade sequels to Gridman.
I wonder why you thought it was necessary to tell us about that. I wonder.
Yes.
Cool.
We don't know.
Wow.
For sure.
Thank you.
Andrew Garfield, man. Baby,
do you have any color timers for the episodes we watched today?
Yeah. Episode 37, 4 minutes 52 seconds. Giant Dragon, 2 minutes 26 seconds. Episode 38, 4 minutes 20 seconds, and then again 3 minutes 31 seconds. Giant Dragon, 1 minute 39 seconds, and then episode 39, 12 minutes 28 seconds.
I have one final note that I forgot to mention after the summary. I think it's fun that Khan Digifer is someone that can go from the computer world into our world, but he implies that Gridman can't. Gridman is a whole different type of being that can't leave the grid.
It is weird we have barely got any cases of kaiju coming out into the real world.
Yeah, we just got episode 3, and then they left it until now.
Yeah. Actually, episode 2.
Episode 2, sorry.
It's fun as a lingering threat. I almost wonder if because they spent so much making the very intricate computer world set, they're like, we can't have a whole second miniature town thing going on too. It's too much.
Right.
They should just do the thing where they can pause the kaiju over actual streets.
Yeah. I
like Teo.
What if they should have made it an opposite, reverse isekai. The vacuum gets into the computer world.
Oh my god.
And Gridman's like, I can't stop this.
Yeah.
That's too powerful.
Someone has to battle the kaiju in the real world to save the computer world from a rampaging vacuum.
They should have brought the vacuum back for the anime. I'm kind of sad they didn't.
So we did the sorter.
Yeah, let me open up my sorter.
Let me find my screenshot I took. There it is. So yeah, we sorted all the... What are we doing?
We usually do bottom 3, top 10.
Top 10. Yeah, that works for me.
I think that's a proven formula.
Proven formula. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first as the most recent sorter. So I will say I did the sorter under duress.
Yeah.
So Definitely some of these I'm looking at and I'm like, if I had 5 more seconds to think about that, I wouldn't have clicked that, but it's fine. I stand by the top.
Do we start for the bottom 3? Do we start at 35 or 37?
35 and down, I think.
Okay.
It's more fun that way. Yeah. So my number 35 is Goroma King.
Huh?
Which I don't remember which one that is. Let me.
That's the delinquent kaiju.
Oh yeah, I think I didn't remember exactly which one this was, but visually I don't care for it.
I see. My 35 is the Dream Clowns.
My 35 is Scubone.
All right.
Who is the most just generic dinosaur?
Yeah, just dinosaur.
Just missing the mark, but Dream Clowns was 11 for me.
What? They're just clowns.
Yeah, they're cooler than most of the things in the show because they're just clowns. And they're not just clowns.
Cool kaijus in this show.
There's not just clowns. They're dream clowns.
They're dream clowns. Dream clowns.
Yeah.
What's your 36?
Oh, me. Bagheera.
Bagheera.
Which I also do not remember which one this is.
It's kind of a generic one-ish.
Many dinosaurs.
Yeah. Mine is Compoid, Unison, just because that's just a woman.
Mine is Bamara, another generic dinosaur.
Well, now that you have framed it like this, Red, I unfortunately have to admit my number 37 is Compoid. But I can't use the same reasoning, or else I'm playing into the bit too hard.
Explain yourself. Explain, come on.
It's just a lady.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, the Unison is cool, but also like in terms of like design, I'm just like that's just a woman.
Yeah. I also I feel like the outfit's a little. It doesn't feel Gridman-y to me. It almost feels more like Ultraman Alien Society more.
I see.
A little bit than computer person.
Well, my 37, and this one's on principle, because this is just the same kaiju again. This is like just exactly the same. Fake Anocylus.
Yeah, it was hard deciding whether to make that one its own thing or not, but I was like, well, technically in the plot it's a different thing, so.
Yeah. And it's my bottom rank kaiju.
My 37 is Dream Clown.
It's just guys, just clowns. Yeah. All right.
I don't like
now
their
the
bits.
Good shit.
Heard joke once.
What was that? Sorry? You both made separate jokes at the same time.
I said heard joke once because the Pagliacci joke.
I see. What's your 10, Brad?
Magna Gauss. It's got cameras. I think that's neat.
Cameras. It's a cool kaiju.
Yeah.
My number 10 is Devil Phaser.
Yeah.
Devil Phaser's a really cool name. Also, the kaiju is good. I think it's a strong dinosaur.
It's got the shut the fuck up. The jewel with a skull in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 10 is Plandon.
Ooh.
I just think it's got a cool fucking plant kaiju design. Plant lizard kaiju.
The amount of times I clicked on it, I'm surprised it ended up higher for me because I also think it stands out compared to a lot of the other monsters in this show. I like the spikes. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Yeah. Brad, you're 9.
Surprising no one. Telebos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
There's a goofy guy. I love that face.
My Telebos missed out. My Telebos is 15. My 9 is Magna Gauss, because Magna Gauss is cool. I don't think Magna Gauss is actually the camera one.
That's Eye Gengar.
Oh, which one was Magna Gauss then?
I forgot what Magna Gauss
has. Because it has like the flash things on its back.
It does have the flash things, but those are like electromagnetic attacks of some kind.
I mean, Gengar I think is a modified Magneto suit, but
yeah, it's the same suit, and so
I definitely like Gengar more. That's in my sorter, but
Oh, it's the Phantom Thief Marty episode. Oh, that's it.
My number 9 is Stealth Gun. Flies around a bunch. It's cool.
Cool flying kaiju.
Brad,
number 9. You're number 8.
Need to find my tab again. There we go. Number 8. Venora.
Oh, which one's Venora?
It was the poison gas episode. The one where he becomes King Gridman.
I like its devilish, spiny appearance.
Yeah, it's like it's a dinosaur, but it's a cool dinosaur.
Yeah.
I think
head shape goes a long way for that one.
Yeah, the head shape is good.
My number 8 is Gengar.
Yeah. For some reason, my Gengar is like 15. I don't know. That's cool.
That's how it goes sometimes. Gengar is cool as hell. I've got Magnagauss and Gengar right next to each other, so I can confidently, like, I have the pictures on. I can confidently say, yes, that is the exact same fucking suit.
Yeah.
Cool.
My number 8 is God Zenon, because I guess I like Optimus Prime.
God Zenon. Nice.
My number 7 is Devil Phaser, for reasons already explained.
Cool kaiju.
Yeah.
My number 7 is Goroma King, not for design reasons, just for who he is.
Yeah, I put Goroma King at 12, and I feel like he should be higher just because of his personality, but
the design's not great.
He's got a bit of the Pompadour design. I feel like it's most
got that
about him, but otherwise.
But otherwise, dinosaur.
My 7 is Devil Phaser.
Hell yeah.
My number 6, again for reasons already discussed, God Zenon.
I see.
Optimus Prime is popular on this podcast.
I'm gonna tell you, my God Zenon is 30. When God Zenon and Thunder Gridman are on screen, I sleep. But are we doing 6s? Are we on the 6s?
We're on 6.
Yeah. However, when King Gridman is on screen, 6. Hell yeah, I love King Gridman.
My 6 is Jubagon.
Oh.
He's just a cool dragon guy, like classic medieval dragon style kaiju, which is overlaps with dinosaur, but I think they make it work in a way that really stands out. Like he
was tall for me.
He looks like a fucking JRPG Dragon Quest boss. So
yeah.
Mine was at 13. He was close.
We at 5. We're at 5. My number 5, slightly better than God Zenon, King Gridman.
Yeah. My number 5, slightly better than King Gridman, Dino Dragon, because it's Dino Dragon.
Dino Dragon was shockingly low for me. Mine's at 19. And I feel like that's too low.
It's like the proto Earth Garon.
Yeah.
My 5 is Telebos. He's a fun guy.
Nice.
That's
a fun guy.
My number 4, Thunder Gridman. I think it's my favorite of the hero suit design forms. I normally I feel like for protagonist suits, they're often very middle of the pack to low in my rankings. This show is a noticeable exception. I think there's 2 prongs to this one. I think a lot of the kaiju designs themselves are kind of whatever in this show. And one, or I guess the other thing is that I feel like they're leaning in to more what I would describe as mecha inspiration for some of these forms in a way that tickles my interest a little bit more.
Yeah, there's definitely a thing that sets apart Gridman aesthetically from Ultraman. Like, I had to make the decision to make the forms separate because of how different they were, and I don't necessarily think I'll be doing that for Ultraman forms. Like, I didn't do that for like Blazer or Arc or shit because that isn't. It's clearly the same guy with the thing bolted on. It's not like a meaningfully different design.
My
4, right?
Yeah. My four is Abumaru, because it's just cool to look at.
Yeah, I like Abumaru. Let me see. Yes, this is another one I'm surprised to not rank higher because I clicked on a lot. But that 14. Eyeball is cool.
Incidentally, Thunder Gridman is actually my lowest Gridman ranking.
Damn.
Of the 3 forms, I have like Gridman original 11 with Thunder Gridman 16.
Okay, I just need to highlight this from the wiki. In Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad episode 2, Abumaru shows up as Blink.
Episode 2?
What a good name. Yeah, episode 2. This guy shows up.
That's crazy. Anyway, my number 4 is King Gridman.
Yeah. What a cool Gridman.
Yeah.
March, like just the big boxy march that he has to do to move around, and like walking through like fire and then like punching a guy and sparks go off, and I'm like, yeah, that's King Gridman. Let's go.
It really says a lot about our society that Zenon can be a god, but only Gridman can be a king, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We're doing 3 now.
3.
Brad.
The Mummy. That's a fucking mummy.
The Mummy is 3?
Yeah, that's a fucking mummy.
Where did I put the Mummy? My Mummy made it as a 21, which I thought was high.
Where did I put the Mummy?
I have special attachment to this mummy.
My Mummy is right above Khan Giorgio Giovanna.
I put the Mummy at...
Your mummy was in the suit, I thought we established.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. My number 3 is Chidogara, who is the skeleton, the one that's a riff on Seibozu.
Yeah.
I think it's a good Seibozu.
My number 3, Khan Digiver.
That's right. Let me tell you about my number 2, Khan Digiver.
Well, I'm not going to tell you about my number 2. My number 2 is Shinobila.
Yeah, that's another one that outrageously low on my list. Should not be that low, but
the aesthetics of evil are second to none. Mel.
My number 2 is Dyna Dragon.
Hell yeah. Dragon's sick. Okay, so what's Brad's number 1? Let's think about this. We've already had Telebos.
Was definitely let's see.
We've already had the Mummy.
This is maybe more standard than my favorite usually ends up being.
Oh, I see. Brad, what is your number 1?
I Gengar.
Oh, yeah. Good.
It's just cool.
It's very cool. Love Igengar. My number 1 is Khan Digifer. This final, the 2 parts have really cemented it. He ruled.
Yeah. Fighting in that cloak seems like it'd be really annoying.
He pulls it off.
I was thinking about that whole time. Actually, I'm like, how many times?
Shut the fuck up.
How many times do you think that actor like almost tripped in that thing when they're like kicking around and shit? It was like really concerning to me when I watched him move around.
Like probably like a legally actionable number of times, and it's just they don't have that culture over there.
And like you got
Japan is like workers' rights isn't a part of our culture.
You probably can't see shit through that mask at all. Like it just, it made me nervous.
Mal, you're number 1.
Shinobilar.
Yeah.
This stacks of you.
Second to none.
Yeah.
So and that's what. Oh, I put him second. That's a gross insult.
Yeah.
I am at 21, which I should be hanged for.
Yeah. No, put in the electric chat.
Oh yeah, true. Miku, turn it on.
Miku, turn it on. Sick. That might be Gridman.
Yeah. We're turning the computer off.
We're turning don't turn your computers off. I need those files. Yeah, we have wrapped our discussion on Gridman, which means we can take a quick break, and then we can come back and talk about anything else, and then after that, we will talk about your emails. If you have sent any. I bet one of you has.
Con Digifer
has emailed the podcast.
All right, I'm going to
come to make an announcement.
I'm going to get a drink.
I'm going to grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar Wild Cherry.
I'm drinking a Sprite Zero Sugar. Lemon lime.
Ooh.
I'm just going to get water.
All right. Welcome back. We're going to quickly talk about anything else.
I want to go first.
You want to go first? Go first.
I thought this would be a podcast approved. Sometimes, right before a final battle, you need Orlando Bloom to give you a speech.
Did you watch Kingdom of Heaven?
I watched Kingdom of Heaven.
Hey.
That's
an insane speech.
It really is.
I forgot the speech.
He
denies the existence of generational trauma.
He's like 100 years ago. Their ancestors and our ancestors fought over this city, but we're not them, and they're not them, and what are we doing here? Isn't it wacky?
Oh. How did you find the Kingdom of Heaven?
I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I really like is it Edward Norton as
Edward Norton is King Baldwin IV, yeah.
That is maybe the best I've seen him in a movie.
Despite the fact that you technically don't see him.
Yes. Really, I love how in the desperation of his final moments, he's trying to do some real politicking shit. And Orlando Bloom's like, well, remember what you told me, buddy? And Baldwin's like, fuck, you got me there. That's the section of the movie that I think really is his name Balin. What's his name again? The Baron of
Balian of Ibelin.
Balian, yes, of Ibelin, the Baron. That's the part of the movie that I think works for me is this guy being like the stalwart. I'm going to do the right thing regardless of what political reality or religious tradition wishes to push onto me. And then people around him going like, okay, sometimes we could have a way simpler solution to problems if you just did a crumb of evil.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, no, that's not what I'm about. And him having to like wrestle for that, I think is fun. Boy, does this movie really feel like Ridley Scott has a lot of feelings on Iraq, the war that he wants to sort out.
I mean, it also definitely feels like a liberal movie about Zionism.
Yeah,
especially given where it takes place.
Yeah. And when that part of it is, there's a little bit of Reddit atheism in there.
Yes.
Like with the, like, because I actually do kind of like the scene where he throws the stone in the bush that starts on fire, and he's like, there you go. That's like the start of like a myth right there. But sometimes it gets, I think it is too willing to dismiss. And I mean, this is a thing you will see, like, even, I mean, different subject matter, but kind of goes hand in hand, is like, you will often see people criticizing modern fantasy books written by secular authors as like not seriously grappling with how religious people live life and how much it like informs the worldview. And I do think that there's a little bit of that going on here, where like it's very quick to dismiss a lot of like the extreme faction of like the Knights Templar and stuff like that as like funny goobers to laugh at, and not really give them the time of day as to like what's their angle on like they've been indoctrinated into believing that like they need to, you know, like this is the end goal of everything that they're fighting for. And I mean, a lot of that, obviously, I do like when they're confronting the fact that, I mean, for a lot of people, this was just an excuse of like, hey, free land over there, profit, which is good. But I think the religious element of it is too quickly kind of undermined for the sake of being like, people fighting over wacky reasons that don't really speak to the broader historical context. But overall, fun historical epic. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. It is interesting that you know, on the one hand, the religion is much more important to the people engaged in the Crusades and in the Crusader states than Ridley Scott is willing to depict. But also, religion is less important to is not important to why the Crusades were significant. Like, in terms of calling them like religious wars, they are technically, but like the significant thing about them is that there were already religious wars happening there, and that was like baseline, that was like quote unquote normal, right? It was normal for the Seljuk Turks and and Constantinople to take cities from each other. What became significant was when the Western Europeans arrived doing their crusade. And so
my history also too might be lacking in this. Was the First Crusade not called upon by the Pope because people were getting a little too uncomfortable with how deep into Byzantine territory they were getting? And he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, the Pope and Alexius Comnenus were besties. And a lot of the significant like motivation for the Pope calling the crusade is Alexius Comnenus going like, hey, could you like maybe like spur like your guys into helping me a little? That goes back.
It's also understanding that there's also like the Crusader states allowed for the ability to tap into Silk Road markets, which is why the Italian maritime republics were like so hands deep into the
so invested in it. Yeah.
So to the extent that Venice does just lead a crusade against Byzantium because
yes.
They need money.
All the Western European Catholics involved in that think they're in charge. They think it's their decision to besiege Constantinople.
And I think that surely will not have any repercussions in terms of further spread of Islamic power.
Yes.
The shit with the European side of it with like the Cathars, if I'm saying that and stuff right, and that was later, right? Too, or was that early?
Oh,
I don't remember.
That's like 1200s, right?
Okay, yeah,
that's. I'm trying to. Yeah, you maybe
because I know at the very least, and this is what I remember from my time with Crusader Kings, is that also too a very good excuse to have when the Pope says so, it's a very good excuse to maybe secure power for the monarchy and ensure anyone who is trying to deviate from that structure gets dealt with.
I mean, I think I also believe, and Brett can speak to this more because they actually study this stuff, but like I believe a lot of the Crusading Knight
A level.
Yeah. But like Crusader Knights were like as much, they were like a, holy army of whatever, but also as much like a banking organization, which led to like the Knights Templar being persecuted by the French king because they were in debt. He was in debt to them, basically. And also, there was like crusades going on, both like the Iberian Crusades, the so-called Reconquista, and also the Baltic Crusades.
The Northern Crusades, yeah. But yeah, this period, the sort of like the period in the run up to the Third Crusade, is like universal like object of interest, as just like it's got a bunch of like capital G guys involved,
and geese,
yes. Shut the fuck up. like Reynald de Chatillon is, of all the like historical, like people talk about like the historical inaccuracies of Kingdom of Heaven, because it's a Runciman pilled movie. It is what it is. However, Reynald de Chatillon, universally hated by all accounts in history, in all contemporary accounts. Everyone hated that guy. Everyone was like, that guy is an actual like Game of Thrones villain. He sucks. So yeah. And then Saladin walks into the movie and he's so cool that you can't help but make him aura farm constantly.
Yeah,
it's really good. Liam Neeson, fun mentor figure presence in this film, made me go, man, Liam Neeson. Drop. He does. I go, man, Liam Neeson, I really wish you didn't say all those things in the interview that one time. And also, is it Ava Green? I thought did definitely playing into some sexy sensual Orientalism stuff, but I think does really good in the role. Really kills it. Kind of like the woman trying to secure a future for her son while also like balancing her position between a bunch of different like political tensions. That surrounded her.
That said, thing that's been joked by Red and I, and also Emily and Jackson in their pod of it, it is really funny when Orlando Bloom is like, to the people who've lived here for centuries, hey, have you tried irrigation?
Yes!
As if
I did think that too.
As if
they just didn't dig like a little bit deeper. They just gave up.
He's so cool. He's such a cool guy. I think that's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I like Kingdom of Heaven, as insane as it is.
It is fun.
Perhaps I like it because it's insane.
I had a great time. I think if I go down the Scott hole again, I think I might do at some point a double feature of The Duelists and The Last Duel, because this guy at two very different points in his life was like, I gotta make a movie about duel. Yeah.
I do just like Saladin horrifying by being like, yeah, I can get ice from here.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you do that?
I got it on hand. Yeah, it's good shit.
I like how he's argued with the dude at the like in the final battle when it's like when taking the city is very clear is not going to go as easily as he thought, and he's like, oh, why'd you spare that dude's life? And he's like, because that's what you taught me to do, dumbass. And he's like, fuck, I did do that. I did teach you to be a cool guy.
He is one of the coolest guys.
The Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah.
Director's cut.
Yeah.
Presumably.
King Richard shows up at the end and he's like, do you want to have us like do you want to be in Kingdom of Heaven too, Electric Boogaloo? And Orlando Bloom says, please leave me alone.
King Richard the Lionheart. The potential man of history.
He's like the saber in Strange Fate Strange Fake or whatever.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And I'm like, get out of here, colonizer.
Yeah. Wannabe.
Well,
failed colonizer.
I mean, I can say that about Rhodesians, but that doesn't change that.
That's true. They got owned.
Yeah.
Really
funny.
What else have you been up to? Anything else?
No, that's really. I continue to make progress in Final Fantasy XII. That game has a lot of optional stuff that sometimes, like, I want to play an RPG for 3 to 4 hours, and then you're on your third session of doing optional hunts, and you're like, oh fuck, okay, it's time to get back to the main story because I finally caught up. But Jesus, I forget how much optional stuff there is to do. But soon enough, I think I'll have FF12 wrapped. I'm still thoroughly enjoying my time with that game.
Nice. I've been playing PlayStation 1 video games.
Nice.
I played R4, Ridge Racer Type 4.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
I do like Ridge Racer Type 4. I maybe shouldn't have played a decent amount of Ridge Racer first, just because I unfortunately had maybe the reverse issue that some people have with Ridge Racer Type 4, but I was like, this is a game for babies. I could beat this with my eyes closed. Because Ridge Racer is much harder. But has like kind of similar-ish handling, and so like I was like familiar enough with like how to take corners in in R4, but it was much easier, and so I was like, okay, well, I have kind of cruised through these Grand Prix, and now there isn't much else to do.
You won the trust and affection of all the teams, and you get the little cutscenes where they're like, hey, twerp, see if you can get first in the next race, and then you do, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, I did.
They're like, oh, you can do it. Also, my best friend died in a crash, and that's why I'm being mean to you. But actually, maybe you can bring my dreams back.
I'm going to tell you, my favorite one of these is the suit that works for the American company who's having to deal with his boss who is just interested in advertising money. And the big like emotional payoff of this is by winning the Grand Prix, the lesson he takes from this is like the confidence to quit being involved in racing forever. Like, that's so cool. I love that guy, especially because like that's the expert mode, and that was the first time I had some trouble with the game. And so like I did get the thing where he very confidently said, I'm gonna get you a brand new car. I'm gonna get us a bigger budget. You're gonna see. And then I got like, and then like he came back to me like a couple of races later with like shamefaced, like, I'm really sorry. It's not a new car. We've just tuned up your old one. It's the best we could do. You just gotta do your best, man. And that was that. I thought that was cool. But like again, I'm just not getting third and second often enough to be seeing the interesting stuff in the Grand Prix. I just kind of cruised through them.
Yeah. I remember having trouble with it, but that may have been at a time when I was having problems with my controller. They didn't know why I was having problems with it.
I see.
I
eventually found out why. So
I found it the perfect, as a person who doesn't regularly play racing games, I thought it was like the perfect balance for me, where like it would take me probably my third or fourth run until I was like consistently clearing them with like all firsts. which I found really enjoyable because that just means I get to see the little variants that occur.
Yeah.
And you really feel, especially the last race, you really feel it if you have the shittier car versus the best of the best funding car, which I thought was kind of fun.
I do think it's dumb that, like, in order to get all the cars, you have to get all the placements.
Yeah, so I would have to deliberately do worse.
Yes,
which is like to unlock the rest of the cars. I'm like, well, I'm just not going. I don't care about doing that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good way of doing it.
No.
But also,
like I'll go for it.
When you would beat the final race at midnight on the New Year, that's pretty sick.
Yes, I look, the vibe of Ridge Racer for Type 4 is unbeatable.
Yeah,
and like the whole like fucking you win the final race into like the brand new millennium, and you change your manager's life in doing so. Is like they hit a big turning point in their personal life because of this, and it's like this big momentous thing. And I also, they're playing the fucking the remix of the opening in that last race. It's really, really cool. I'm a very big fan of Ridge Race Type 4. I'm a very big fan of how it feels to race in it. Literally my one problem with it is just I wish I just wish that the other cars were giving me a little bit more of a challenge in the races, because like I like the tracks. I haven't perfected the tracks yet. I'm still like, there are still corners in those especially on the mountain track, the mountain tracks. There are still corners there that are fucking me up every time, that I'm going to be going into the time trials and fucking around with those. But that's not quite the same as racing. Also, there's no like, just as far as I can tell, there's no just single race option in the game.
It's also weird because I feel like when I played it with my friends for our book club thing, it felt like as we played the game more and more, it felt like this isn't necessarily a racing game per se. It felt more like a driving game where different cars are like
present.
Well, the different cars are almost like checkpoints to like check your progress. Like, this car will always be here when you try and get this far. Like, it's more
especially
like,
because they constantly feel like they are so spaced out in a way. Like, you're not really seeing the other drivers interact with each other, pass each other like that.
That's just Ridge Racer. It's just that it's the exact same format from Ridge Racer into Revolution, presumably Rave Racer. It's the same in Rage Racer. It's like right at the start of Ridge Racer, you see them all lined up at the beginning of the race, but as they go into the tunnel and turn right into it, I am like fairly confident they get like an artificial like huge boot, like they artificial just jump ahead way further on the track.
Like I think I'm trying to put it, it's like they're more like checkpoints less a milestone of like, okay, I have passed this car, which means I'm like,
yes,
you're less challenging an actual racer and more like, this car is a thing I need to pass in order to complete the level, so to speak.
I would say the one exception to this is that they have that rival in original Ridge Racer, and they also have a couple of, as you go up the pack in Rage Racer, every like few cars they introduce a car that's going to keep up with you for a while and try to challenge you and try to will overtake you if you fuck up. And you got to leave them in the dirt, and then you'll find another one a few places up. R4, it was literally like every car is just kind of a checkpoint measuring like my progress. like measuring how good I am at racing under a time limit, right? Like the time limit is whoever gets first or second or third, and like I think it's a fun way of doing like racing. It's interesting, but it does mean that once I've overtaken someone, I'm not really getting challenged by them.
Yeah.
But again, the driving feels really cool, so I'm not complaining too much. It's I really I've basically just been having fun with like because I don't have a fancy controller for this. I don't, people are always talking about like, yeah, there's a special controller where like it makes the game 8 times better. Yeah, whatever.
The one that it's the Namco controller where you twist in the middle.
Yes. All I did was just like I pressed my analog stick against the front of the gate, and I would just turn it like a steering wheel.
Yeah, I just use my PS4 controller.
Yeah. And that worked just fine for me. I was having a great time finding these very fun, like smooth lines, smooth turns, and also like it was interesting, like because I played like the normal Grand Prix first with like the grip car, and then the next one I played the Lizard cars, and the fucking they're drifty, and they're also like they're big, but they're like aggressive, bulky cars, and you could really feel them like tilting their way around the corners. It was fun. I think the driving in Ridge Racer Type 4 is fantastic. Very big fan. I'll be in the time trials, trying to nail that turn on the mountain tracks where you come out of the little tunnel, and then there's a very sharp turn right, and I can just never get the car to drift long enough through that turn that I'm not immediately barreling straight into the wall.
Yeah.
I have good news for you if you like this game's OST, that Kota Takahashi has just remade it 8 million times, and they're all bangers.
Good. Hey, step back. It's Ridge Racer.
Move Me is so good. They're all bangers. All bangers.
Yeah.
I love this game soundtrack.
I've played chapter 1 of a PlayStation 1 video game called London Spirit Detectives.
Oh, yes. This just got a translation.
Exactly.
I was waiting for a while for this to get translated, and I'm happy it finally did, and it wasn't machine made.
No, it's real. It's real. There is what I would say. There is liberal use of the word bruv for one of the characters, and hearing that in the context of Victorian London is so funny. That does remind me. I think I forget if it was last week or the week before. I think there was a Gridman episode where one of the subs just they have Takeshi just said chavs. Yes, he did refer to chavs. I think Toku HD had some British influence. I don't know how much, but yeah. And so like but like I'm having a good time with this game. I'm not very deep into it, just like an hour, right? I just got chapter 1 done, which is basically like tutorial, but like I had a nice little wander around London, and the adventure game elements are real. Like there's a while I was wandering around, I ran into a place and found like, oh, there's like a detective agency, and they've got like all these case files on past cases, and I'm like, oh, I know that there's a guy who's threatening to steal a diamond, and I'm gonna look him up, and I find him. I open the thing, and I read the entry. I put it back, and then it says, "Oh, a note has dropped from the thing." And you open it and you read it, and it's addressed to you. This guy predicted that you would come here, and there's like it's just a thing of like progression is like. You're a little street urchin that knows his way around London, and I just spent some time wandering around a significant amount of like the map that you're in, and just getting my bearings with where things are, finding like all the shops and stuff, and then finding this detective agency, being like, I'm doing like detective work. So I anticipate having fun with this video game, but I haven't played much of it.
Nice.
I do have this screenshot. Let me find this.
The rich having hardships is just a load of bollocks.
Yep. Just there are some Britishisms involved.
You've got the CRT shader on. I approve.
I've got the CRT shader on.
Do you do that usually?
It's in DuckStation settings. You can add various filters. I think there's some presets too.
I just default to CRT lots. I realize some people have opinions about this. Whatever.
Do you do the real sicko thing where you curve out the edges of the screen?
I do this.
Yeah, I did it for my Fantasia playthrough, and so the reality is
I don't do that. I don't do any of these CRT stuff.
I mean, this is not necessarily like a correct thing to do. There is opposition to this
because it'll never truly be right.
No,
I do. So here's the thing.
That's why you had to get a new CRT.
Yes, exactly. So, you know what's funny?
You got a third CRT.
No, yep, so true. No, but what's funny is that the new one I have, the bubble effect of like the curvature of the screen is a lot less pronounced. And that does actually coincide. Well, like when I played Fantasia, I was streaming it for friends, and they could not deal with the edges of the screen being curved.
Yeah, this was this was when I played Snatcher. I was like, I'm just gonna find a version of this that is not crazy, like curved out like that.
Yeah,
because I was playing it with a friend of mine.
I think the thing I've settled on is I'll still do CRT filter because I do like the blurring of the actual sprites, because a lot of the actual shading techniques are made with like the scan line and like the fuzziness and the glow in mind.
Like
the actual curvature I can take or leave.
Like this.
Yes,
Ooh.
Exactly. It looks good. I'm a big fan of. I really like the little residual, like you see it, especially like where the character sprite is against like the black background, like the little residual glow you get from it too. That's the shit that speaks to me.
The person who intimidates me most when it comes to emulation is Camille from from Oomph on Blue Sky, but also from the Abnormal Mapping Discord, who does not do any of this, is like running, not doing filters, not doing shaders, is emulating like composite like output instead.
Oh, that's funny. I'm curious what that looks like.
I have no idea how you do that, and I'm like, I would not trust myself to get that anywhere near right. So I simply put CRT lots on the screen, and I stop thinking, because it looks fine to me. That's enough.
I think the one I use is Hylian one. I can't remember.
That sounds familiar.
I think that's the one I've been using.
Well, I've also been playing MediEvil, because that's a game I owned when I was a kid.
Same.
It's not great. It's not great, but like it's okay. The vibe's okay. The vibe's fun. I like Daniel.
Did you ever play 2?
No, I did not. No,
I played a lot.
I played a lot
more of 2 I played a lot more of 2 than 1 as a kid.
So what happened was, I watched a friend of mine So I was over at a friend's house when I was very young. He had a PS1. We played a bit of PS1 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He also showed me MediEvil 2.
Yeah.
And I went home and I was like, I should ask my mum and dad if I can get MediEvil for the PlayStation. I got MediEvil for the PlayStation.
Damn.
I was like, oh, I'm not in like a museum. Where's the like big bone dragon thing? I'm like, this isn't the same video game. What's going on?
I was not allowed to play that game after a certain time of the night because I would play it and have a great time, but sometimes something really scary would show up and I'd freak out.
Oh,
well, no, I'd just be like, and they'd be like, you're being too loud.
Yeah. So, Halloween themed game. Because you're a spooky skeleton guy.
Yeah.
Hey,
you use your own arm as a weapon.
The PlayStation can produce mind-boggling effects.
True.
That's me. Mal, what you been up to?
I got kind of 2 movies.
Kind of 2 movies.
Whatever. I'm gonna go send this up. I watched the 2 Macross Frontier movies.
I see.
Yeah. Which was an experience because I had watched the show Macross Frontier in 2020, so it's been a little bit.
That's been a while.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I put it off for a long time. Eventually, I was like, okay, I'll loop around to these movies once I've done Macross 7, so that's like my way of like revisiting Frontier. But I just took forever, and then I finally was like, okay, let's just do this. And I did it. That's interesting, partly because I was really rusty on Macross Frontier, and so like I also like watched the YouTube video to refresh myself. But also, one good time. I think Macross. I remember liking Macross Frontier the show, and these movies are also really good. Definitely like a more conventional Macross sequel compared to the things that came in between the original Macross to Frontier. But also, well, I mean, it was also like the first Macross show I watched, so that is also a different training. But also, these are not compilation movies per se. The first movie does follow all the similar plot beats of the first half of the show, but the second movie is just something else. It's just doing a different plot, and it's pretty cool. It's nifty, and stylish, fun. I don't know if either of you have engaged with Macross Frontier.
I watched a few episodes of it, probably close to 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe more. That's about it.
I have not watched Frontier yet. I will. I'm quite looking forward to it because people keep talking about the love triangle being good.
Yeah.
Notably, gotta watch 7.
Notably, the love triangle resolves differently in the movie compared to the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking dating sim fucking franchise.
Yes.
Well, you will see when you watch.
I see.
I still love the Rumbling Hearts version of this, where they made a TV show that picks one heroine and then an OVA series after that picks the other.
Okay.
That's fun.
Which is fun, but also you get this one. You get people online be like, well, this is clearly the canonical one. That's the one that the TV show is about. The other one is, but the more expensive OVA series was made with the other one.
This is why we need to destroy the idea of canonicity. Like, Jesus Christ. Macross could not be bothered by this. They're just like, who cares? The movies will contradict the shows. And it's fine.
And then the shows, the later shows will reference the movies.
They'll reference both. They'll just be
both.
They'll just be like, really, which one is the thing that happened? Don't worry about it.
Isn't I I haven't watched them. Isn't Eureka 7's like movie thing they made after also like a completely different story, kind of, sort of?
Yeah, and it's different, and it's also bad.
Oh, rip.
I don't know how to describe it plot-wise, but it is doing something that I don't know how to explain.
I haven't watched that show in a long time, and I should really revisit it. I'm really itching to get back to that, because I liked it a lot back then. I'm sure I'd like it probably even more now.
It was such a pleasant surprise. Because the way I have been previously pitched Eureka 7 by people who, well, by someone who doesn't like Gundam and framed it as like, oh, what if Gundam was like paced better?
Yeah, I know someone who is like 0079 has molasses pacing, and this is mean, but I feel like, do you just have jingling keys?
After it got pitched to be like this, I took such like a I'm probably not gonna like Eureka 7. And then I watched it, I was like, why would someone ever have pitched this show in that way to me? Why did they do that? It was a crazy decision.
Hey, you know that thing you like? What if it was ass and this was the better thing? That always works.
They're like only tangentially related. I would say a lot of the references are like very like, I don't like character beats or like
I mean, they do just have references. Better Rambaral arc, but
this is the thing. I think they're doing like different things with it. Like Rambaral is not like the icon of conventional like masculinity, right?
Yeah. And also his wife is a actual character / partner in Eureka. But
Eureka 7 was very surprising. I think it's a very good show.
I remember when I watched it the first time, it was like in a Discord, and I was like, well, it's okay. And then rewatching it with GGP was better.
I have fond memories of that show being in like my real early, like I'm going on watchtheanime.net to see if they got the latest episode. You're right. Like that's one of those shows for me.
Watchtheanime.net.
And it's like, fuck, that one got taken down. Now I need to go to fucking doganime.com until that one gets taken down. Maybe if you're lucky, someone's uploaded a 3-part version of it on YouTube.
That's
and the
how
last part
I
is 4
watched
minutes.
Stuff.
That's how I watch Full Metal Alchemist.
All this is to say, I enjoyed Macross Frontier movies. So now I can go watch Delta now. Because that's the last thing I had to do for Macross. Until Sunrise definitely makes that other Macross.
It's never happening. It's never happening.
They promised that they had to.
They're working so hard on a Macross anime, they had to be like, okay, we gotta let Studio Akara handle the Gundam show.
Now they have those other people handling the new Gundam show that
is a prequel to a video game.
That is a prequel to a video game that looks stale. I don't know how else to describe it. Not a lot of flavor I get from what they've shown so far.
When I watching that trailer, there was such an emphasis on like sucking the dick of you, the cool pilot. That I'm like, what are you doing? I would suggest that implying that the pilot is cool is one of the lowest priorities of making a Gundam ever.
Well, Gundam Seed.
That's why that one's bad.
Yeah, but it's also the most successful one, unfortunately.
Damn.
I'm with a lot of people have been speculating this, so I can't lay claim, but a lot of people think that show is going to end with, oh no, he's the bad guy of the video game now.
Yeah. Oh, naturally.
And, yeah. So I'm 100% expecting them to go that route.
The idea
I'll never know because I won't watch it.
I love the idea of Gundam fans watching a Gundam show and then being told to go play a video game to get the ending of the Gundam show. And like the amount of Gundam fans who don't care about playing a Gundam action game.
That game looks like kind of nothing too. We'll see how that plays.
Speaking of not watching Gundam, for once I'm actually not watching the GGP thing because I'm like,
Origin?
Yeah, I don't have to. Like I got like 5 minutes in to the first episode of Origin and I was like, I don't need to watch this.
Have you not watched it before?
No.
Okay, sure, you're fine.
You don't want to see little baby Amuro meet little baby Char at the airport for 5 seconds.
To see fucking Zeon Daikun be a raving mad evangelical lunatic who's abusive to his wife. Thanks, Yaz. I'm glad with your philosophies
with his shining white perfect daughter.
I don't need to know about Char Aznable parentheses real.
The thing that will always kill me is have y'all seen the thing about how little baby Han Solo is gonna like maybe show up in Revenge of the Sith and that people are like, George, that's fucking stupid.
Oh my god, George.
Like that's what the Origin is to me.
Star Wars prequels are good though.
The thing is, the Origin would make more sense as that if it was like Tomino making it, but because it's Yaz, it feels like stolen knowledge.
It's him, and it's explicitly mad what Tomino did with the rest of it after he wasn't around anymore.
Someone tie him to a chair and make him watch Turn A Gundam. It's got to be so embarrassing for Yaz that Kogawa exists and had like a better working relationship with Tomino. Anyway, anything else?
No, that's all I already had this week.
All right, cool.
Oh, I have a Tomino story I learned recently.
What?
Oh, what's that?
I was looking at some 5-star stories stuff just because, like, that's coming out this fall. Supposedly, they keep delaying it. Mm-hmm. And I guess when Nagano came back with, he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna call the mechs in this one heavy metals. Tomino just told him that's kind of embarrassing. And then they stuck with it.
Oh my god, that's fun.
Also, it took me way too long to realize the pilots in 5-star stories are called headliners because it's like they're a headliner of a band.
What?
Like they're headlining the event.
Oh, like
or like a concert.
Metal.
Yeah, like it's all music themed.
Yeah.
I went, oh.
I see. Macross.
I get to
something Saturday night.
Yeah. I get to watch Delta in September.
Oh yeah. Iconic.
The perfect time to watch that. I think that it's very funny. My exposure to that cast of characters are them going to fucking hanging out with the G-Witch crew, and then Amanda Kadabra fucking shows up and is like, I'm here to speak to you about selling weapons. Soletta Mercury's like, please go away.
Yeah.
A stupid game.
I recently saw someone talk about, like, someone was posting about, like, Amuro versus Char ideology, which led to annoying takes of, like, people taking Amuro's speech about revolutionaries seriously, and him being the man of principle. And I was like, okay. I agreed with the original poster, because, he had the right opinion. But
wow. Yeah, that's how it goes.
You know how people with a lot of people who are Gundam fans have like Dunning-Kruger view of politics.
Uh-huh.
Which I guess is just kind of normal for Western liberal society, to be honest. But
we're moving on to emails.
Yeah, okay.
It's about. I've hit 2 hours 30. Just crossed the mark in my recording.
Oh well. All right. Well, let's get these emails out of the way. I will note Cedrixer has given me via email the music for Powered, so I'll have that to you.
Thank you, Cedrixer.
And I guess you technically need that for the outro this week too. So.
So I do.
Yeah.
I forget every time.
Putting it in the audio so you remember. Anyway, first, our email that we postponed from last week. So, Cross Data on the finale of Gridman. Hello, HQ. Cross Data here. Congrats on making it through Gridman. The question I have for y'all is, do you think Gridman sticks to its core premise? I guess we did talk about it a little bit during the...
No, but in this case, I think it's okay how they deviated and how they got there.
Yeah, we're not at Bunmei levels, but it, there
really
were
the most
noticeable changes.
The most noticeable change was just like the shift in Yuka and her relationship with...
Yeah, the Yuka shit, the relationship with Naoto is one thing, because like it's kind of default, and I don't feel like they're doing much interesting with it. But the other thing is like they started getting skeevy about Yuka.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's like a real 14-year-old girl. Like this isn't even like the anime thing. This is like you can't be doing
fucking
that.
Nickelodeon, Dan Schneider shit.
Yeah, this is we're Dan Schneider mode. Come on. I would say it sticks to its most basic premise of being a show about Kandijfer and Takeshi hacking technology, and then Gridman fights the Kaiju and saves the day.
Which is not a thing that can be said for a lot of show Ultraman, but
no,
which is honestly insane.
Yes,
but it is what it is. So yeah, thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Takeshi Hongo himself, Kamen Rider.
Hello.
Kamen Rider 420 for the Gridman finale. Hello, HQ. This is Kamen Rider fan 420 again, emailing you on the main pod for the last Gridman Pod episode, and absolutely my first time emailing the main pod. I guess they did skip the queue last time. That's probably it.
I think they emailed for Teo. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
In defense of Gridman having Takeshi's monsters hacking machines through the power cord, I do want to point out that power lines can absolutely carry an Ethernet connection and could carry Kaiju data in a fictionalized way, though the IRL power line adapters. That's a long time. Let's bring this up. In defense of Gridman having Takeshi's monsters hacking machines through the power cord, I do want to point out that power lines can absolutely carry an Ethernet connection and could carry Kaiju data in a fictionalized way, though the IRL power line adapters are barely better than Wi-Fi for fighting games. I do have to say the finale of Gridman was incredible, and having Kandijfer be basically a more humanoid giant person than a kaiju, kind of like Gridman himself, feels a lot more impactful when all the other episodes had Gridman fighting kaijus. Yeah, I guess besides Shinobar, we don't really have a guy fighting Gridman in the same way. So that's
we got Goroma King is the one other one.
Yeah, but even then he's kind of like a talking dinosaur versus
Yeah.
Ultra 7's been fighting actual guys.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any other Super Ash shows besides Ultra, but were there any Ultraman shows that had that dynamic of an Ultraman fighting another giant person that wasn't a kaiju so far? There's a lot of Ultraman shows that have alien villains of the week, though usually not the final boss.
Yeah, I would say the significant ones. To me, I would say Ultra 7 is the most this, just because
that's the alien show.
Yeah, that's the show where he's defending the Earth from aliens.
But also, I also do think the fighting's a bit more dynamic in Gridman compared to the show of Ultraman shows a little bit. But that's just that might be just me passage of time. They're again doing different things.
Yeah.
getting better at the craft.
Choreography has evolved as a art form.
Yeah. So maybe
but you don't get on the other hand, in modern on the one hand, the choreography of like Gridman versus Khan Digifer is really cool. On the other hand, you don't get images like Ultra 7 slashing the throat of the Bem Star or whatever, and you don't get images like the fight in the rain with the flaming factories and stuff in Return of Ultraman against what's it in the good episode?
Marucci.
Yeah, Marucci. So like it's kind of a counterbalance.
Yeah. I mean, the one I'm also thinking of too is just the straight up like Ultraman. The OG Ultraman has there's an imposter Ultraman episode where that feels unique at the time because it's the first time where it's like, oh, that's not just like a monster thing. It's him.
It's a guy. It's Zarab.
So there's that as well.
Yeah. I was also surprised by Takeshi making a program to finally defeat Khan Digiver, since in most quote kid shows they would have a final form for the Here to Sell More Toys. But enough Super Cash now making more support weapon toys for children. I mean, I don't think it's often that you have a final form in just the final episode. Usually they have that earlier because you want to sell the toys while the show is airing, and then you want, when the show ends, the no show starts, and that's when you have toys for the new show. Which is why, you have final form toys and Kamen Rider and like the 2/3 mark usually instead.
I see.
But also, Gridman, most of its toys were just like, the robots and stuff. Would you all feel different if Takeshi had made a final form support weapon of Gridman rather than Gridman base form as a program to defeat Khan Digiver once and for all?
I mean, we kind of talked about it with like, I think that there is a way that I think that they could really work on the bond of like what he's doing and what Yuka and Ippei do for Gridman aren't really that different activities, really. And like he can channel what he had been doing for good and like using that creative energy he had instead of terrorizing people into helping out and like save the day and stuff. I think could have been a good character moment if they had wanted to go that way for him.
Mm.
Yeah. Overall, I was quite surprised I ended up liking the original Gridman series more than SSSS Gridman. While the series was definitely messier and ended up being a lot more fun, definitely going to see if I can stay contemporary with y'all with the rest of Super Ash shows. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you
for your email.
I've been thinking about how I feel about this show versus the anime a lot, and like, I don't know, it's weird because I do think this is the better show. If I had to say, like I think this show is just, it has the time to do more, and I think it does it really well.
Yeah.
But like and again, I think this might just be the case of that anime is made for a little bit of it's made also for kids, but also for an older crowd that kind of grew up with this stuff and has some more stuff directed towards them in a way that I think they pay off pretty well.
I also think just generally Trigger is aiming at a slightly older demographic of children.
Yes, I would agree with that. And I that one the ending of that show resonates with me more than maybe say the ending of where we get to here. Because of that, but like that cast of anime characters I think is mostly nothing compared to like Ippei's a dude, like
this is one of the things with making, when you make a 12 episode show, your ending had better be good.
yeah
if you make a like a 30 plus episode show, your ending doesn't have to be that great.
Yeah, like you can coast on a lot of, like it just has to kind of not drop the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I can barely remember what the main crew of the anime's names are compared to like, our heroes here. Like I feel like I get a sense of how they interact with each other and their family lives.
Hibiki?
Yeah, well, I remembered that because plans that never were and never shall be. But like I feel, I don't feel like I understand a lot of those characters in the way that, like, I kind of get a sense for what Ippei's home life is like and what he wants to do with his life when he grows up, and like same with like Naoto kind of like growing into his role and his position as family.
I can tell you what kind of characters they are. Yuta is protagonist and Vessel for Gridman.
Yeah.
Rika is girl.
Yeah.
And
she will be very popular online.
And Utsumi is an Ultraman nerd.
Is that what his deal was?
Yes.
Yeah. When the part of me that fucking dies is when we get the first shot of Akane's room and she has the goddamn like Dyatlov whatever the fuck glass case that like is like the recommended one for like, hey, are you buying figures or model kits or whatever and want a place to like she just has that one. For all of her kaiju figures. I was like, that's a good bit.
I don't feel like I can speak too much to the Gridman anime just because I'm gonna be like, well, I'll get to it when we get to it late again in the future. And I watched it like a while ago, so look,
I watched it as it was airing. That's the last time I watched it.
I still got to watch Universe.
And my most problematic mutual kind of browbeat me into not liking the ending.
Well, at least you know when you'll be able to change your mind. If you do.
I mean, I think I've already changed my mind. I no longer it was a weird who kind of ran a weird clique that was not fun. Was weird to be part of. The move to Twitter, towards the end of Twitter, I was like, distanced myself, and then the move to Blue Sky, I was like, well, that's a firm never talking to them again.
That I also there's a few. Maybe let's not follow that one back with a new platform and let that one go that I had with the changeover. Sometimes it's sometimes an excuse or an opportunity presents itself and you take it.
Is there more to this email? Thank you for your email.
Thank you for the email.
And we got one more email.
You've awarded that email the best email.
Did I?
No, Brad did.
Oh, did I say the?
Yeah, you said the.
Ah, fuck.
No, this better be
I'm
good.
I'm voting without even knowing it.
Anyway,
you better hope this next email sucks.
Damn.
None
of our emails suck. Email more. You listening to this right now. What are you doing?
On the motorcycle? You two girls.
Yeah. Mothra fanboys.
Yes. I'm just going to get into the last 2 episodes straight away. Episode 37, fucking crazy. Not that bad of an episode. Pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
I like the brief commentary on the corrupt law system. I do like Shouichiro as a character, so I'm glad he got his own episode.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like I'm happy they got a couple of these where he gets to really act his ass off because he's a great actor. And I like when they leverage his talent.
Episode 38, 39, they made another perfect finale, not since the Star Ultraman, the anime, that we have not seen because the subs are even worse than these ones. If we aren't including Omega, we had a finale that completely satisfies me as a viewer. They actually wrapped up Takeshi's character so well. I ended up feeling for him quite a bit by the end, and I'm glad he became friends with the rest of the gang. There are great stakes here as well, and I like Conditcher's new design in the last 2 episodes. This 2-part is also just very entertaining, as well as including incredible emotional beats, which solidifies it as one of the best finales so far. I really hope you guys are going through with me.
We don't have to agree. I'm happy that you liked it. don't worry.
Yeah. I will also say that it's not like we've had amazing finales in previous show either.
When the bad guy gets redeemed and it hits. It didn't necessarily hit for me, but that's just how it goes.
I mean, I think this is a perfectly all right ending. I'm not wowed by it, but I'm not offended.
I much prefer the ending where Ma's mom is off screen for the next 5 minutes.
As I mentioned in this podcast, and as I was effusively discussing in, like, I have continued to bring this up. The finale of I didn't realize that what I was getting into when I watched the Ultra 7 finale. I was blown away. I loved that shit so much. I'd like to
so
ridiculous proportion.
They blow up all of the major cities of the world.
It is definitely the best finale we've had, I think.
I think the fact that it's the best version of the Ultraman, like humanity stands on its own, where it's like the Ultra Guard is going to win the fight against the aliens. The miracle that only a superhero of Jesus level proportions can perform is to save Amagi from his fate. And that's what Ultra 7 does. Dies doing. It's fantastic.
Until he
Ultra
comes back
7's incredible.
to beat up
have a quick fight with Pandan.
Beat up. No, he comes back to beat up again. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
I do feel like the further away from it, and this is funny because this is a show I otherwise don't really rate or care about, but I really have a fondness for how Taro wraps up.
That was
so good because because if I'm remembering correctly, that is also the one too where like the kids kind of swarm the villain to help out at the end.
No, that's Leo.
That's Leo. Okay,
Taro was the one where Kotaro gives up his powers of Ultraman and beats the alien anyway with parkour, and then he just leaves
because he's
that's the part. Yes, that I do like that part of Leo where the kids swarm the villain. I have fondness for that, but Taro is him just kind of being like, I'm out of here at the end. I really hits in a way that the rest of the show doesn't quite hit for me, but I have a fondness for him.
And then his actor proceeds to never show up in any Ultraman thing again ever is incredible.
This is pretty sick.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I salute. Man.
I don't even remember how 80 ended. I was trying to scrape my brain.
I mean, there was an ending, and then there was a second episode where George Clooney confronts the two about being Ultraman, and then they leave Earth after having a party where they revive the killed off female lead.
Oh my god!
As a robot.
You said confronts the two, and I forgot that there was a Lady Ultra.
Yeah,
like at all.
Yeah,
I just completely forgot.
I also forgot William existed for a while.
Oh yeah,
I also like the fact that you said George Clooney, like this is a completely accepted, indisputed fact that he looks like George Clooney.
Because he does.
Yeah,
I've seen that Batman movie. I can confirm it with my own eyes.
I see. Yeah.
I forgot they unfringed the lady by making her the robot maid of the fucking
crew
with a terrible over her voice.
And all the humans, like George Clooney gathers round with all the humans and asks Ultraman 80 asks Takeshi, he asks him, "Was this your favorite planet?" Basically, and he says, "Yeah." Always will be. Man.
It's like I hope I get to stay a school teacher at the next planet I go to.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's gonna be my lasting memory of this show. There's a lot of times in this episode where Con Digifer just goes, "God damn it!" And like, yeah, mood.
He does. But damn it all to hell and back. Double blast of hell. Damn. Yeah.
Overall, Gridman is just a great show. I'm glad I watched it. The middle third is pretty whatever, but the first and the last core were stellar. The show itself is probably an out of 10, but the final two part elevates it to 9 in my opinion. I do wonder, like, we don't do the show rankings, but I do wonder how like Gridman fits into our overall rankings, more or less, of shows.
This clears everything after Return of Ultraman for me easily.
I think that's pretty much how I feel. I'd say.
Have a look. I will admit that the Leo sickness has possessed me, but I can't reasonably argue that it's a good show.
Yes, I struggle because I also do. I have a bit of a Leo sicko, but also I'm like, I don't know if like. I still feel like I'd probably put Gridman over it, so which probably would put this in my top 3. Funny enough.
I can't open Blue Sky, and so I can't find.
You're free.
I'm free.
Well, actually, I
like it there. It's fine. I follow so few people that I basically never have the problems that everyone complains about on social media.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's weird for me because I'm like, yeah, I like Leo, but also it's got issues. So, I'd probably say Gridman's better overall.
I feel like that's 80 for me of like that batch where it's like I wish I could like 80 more because when it's really good, I really like what it's attempting to do.
It's honestly impressive that 80 turned around for us after the retool eventually.
9 months ago, I said, when we hit the end of 80, I said 8 was Ace, 7 was Ultraman, 6 was Taro, 5 was 80, 4 was Return, 3 was Leo, 2 was Ultra Q, and 1 was Ultra 7. I don't know that Leo is staying in the top 3, but sometimes it feels like that.
I also feel like we did watch the Ultra Q movie, which does bump everything down a bit.
Oh, I mean, in terms of, Ultra Q, the movie is the best thing we have watched for this podcast.
I could agree with that.
And we also watched Andrew Mellos, which might be the worst thing. Actually, no, there's Ace still, but...
Ace is...
Ace is the worst. Andrew Mellos did not, make me mad. The way that Ace did. Ace... Man.
I don't know. I have a really weird relationship with a lot of this stuff. I feel where
I think that's just doing a podcast.
Yes, but also too, there is a part of me that struggles with the sense that if I am really thinking about my enjoyment of the act of watching these shows, I really do think post-return, I have just felt the thing where it's I don't think I'm going to I don't think I'd revisit any of this stuff ever in my life. And that's kind of been rough to because there have been points where I'm just do I just not as a whole Subaraya shows? And I do think that there is a piece of me that maybe a little bit, but also I can't refute, I do, when they are made well, I really resonate with, the better parts of 80. There's stuff in Leo that I do think is really good, that I like a lot. I'm just thinking about that episode with, the red ghost possessing the kid. That shit is amazing. I love when they do stuff like that.
Leo was really the show that was, we don't know how we're going to feel about it until the final episode. We're truly coming in hot.
Mm-hmm.
Which was pretty funny.
Gridman, I just think this is a phenomenal kid show. Yeah. I think I'm forever going to be sad about when this was less formed as a thing and we had your Ultra Qs and your Ultra 7s.
Yeah.
It feels like there's so much potential to continue exploring that route of things.
Potential franchise.
Yes. that has been... And I mean, this is every franchise, right? As more of it gets made and the thing takes shape, those possibilities, those branches get snapped off until you get your weird many years later, someone makes a mini series of oh, what if we leaned into this thing for the old heads? You know what I mean? So I'm sure we'll get some of that in the future, and I am curious what those look like. I know there's an Ultra 7 return revival thing at some point, right?
Yeah, it's coming very soon. We're doing a couple episodes of that and The Road to Tiga.
So like, I'm curious what they do with that when they're like, well, hey, here's what modern Ultraman looks like as the children's hero. When we go back to Ultra 7, what does that mean?
And as I said, the people who worked on Gridman are going to make the Ultra 7 return thing and then go immediately back onto Tiga after that. So
yeah. And like, I know we got more Ultra Q, which I'm assuming is going to feel very different.
There's like we only got 2 Ultra Q stuff left, which is a shame.
It's like 2 miniseries, right? Basically,
2 26 episode shows.
Oh, they're okay.
Actually, I think one is 26, and one might be 12.
Okay.
So. But
because one of those is coming up, isn't it?
That's after Cosmos.
Oh, okay.
That's mid-aughts.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was 90s. Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, we shall see. Because obviously, like, you know, they have to adapt with the times.
Yeah, there is. I meant to say this, and then the conversation went the other way. There is part of me that is a little bit bummed hearing, like, oh, well, like, we couldn't get the Gridman sequel going. We are going to go back to focusing on Ultraman. That's our bread and butter. And there is a little bit part of me that's like, man, you made such a banger of a show when
it is just frustrating. Like,
had the blank slate, right?
Yeah, like they made something new and different, and they basically like sacrificed the altar because they had to. We have to somehow still make Ultraman.
You have to keep the old thing going.
And like, it's a miracle they managed to make Tiga, and that rival was successful, but it did take they were still a bit of false starts in the lead up to Tiga as well. So that cost Gridman existing, which is a bit shame, you know.
The momentum and glacier nature of creative IP forever a tragedy on the field of television.
It's kind of still the case today because, Super Eye is the company that makes Ultraman, and they don't know how to make anything else.
You gotta keep making Ultraman, yeah.
Like the Titanic, we are heading straight for that glacier, and we have no way to turn.
I think I'll find it's an iceberg.
We will get there eventually. I'm trying to steer the conversation. We're on the road to Tiga.
Yeah.
On the road.
Is there any more to this email?
Just a little bit.
Go for
it. Thanks for another amazing season of the show. Your podcast has also helped me through some hard times because I'd had surgery done recently, and listening to old Ultra Q episodes really made it less difficult of an experience. So thank you for being my favorite podcast of all time. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. As someone who has been in that exact same situation with other podcasts, it means a lot that you shared that with us. Thank you a lot. I appreciate that.
I feel like we don't have a big audience base, but the audience base that listens to us does like us a lot, so that's always nice.
Yeah, I like that.
I certainly hope our audience like us.
No, they fucking hate us.
Yeah.
They're planning our assassinations as we speak.
Don't you use
Ultra Q assassination.
Make us they're gonna crucify us.
Yeah.
Which one of us is Jesus, and who are the two thieves?
Well, okay, since neither of you spoke, I'll be Jesus.
I think that's how Jesus got the role, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the Judas?
I don't know. Who is the Judas?
I'll leave that to the audience. Anyway, not really looking forward to Powered because of what I've heard about, but it's only 13 episodes, I'm sure it'll be fine. My current show ranking from best to worst is below. Note that I only really dislike the bottom 2, and any show above that is still at least good. So top to bottom: 14, Ultraman Ace, Ultraman 66, Ultraman Great, Ultraman Omega, Ultraman Kids, Ultraman 80, The Ultraman, Ultraman Arc, Ultraman Taro, Gridman, Ultraman Leo, Ultra Q, Return of Ultraman, Ultra 7.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Powered exclusively because it is referenced in Muv-Luv, and that's the only thing I know about it. I get to judge the protagonist, the childhood version of that protagonist taste of TV.
I'll tell you something else about it. It's in English, so just like
great.
Is it Australian again?
No, it's American.
That was also about to ask.
This one's just American.
Okay.
I wish it was Australian again.
I wish it was Australian again.
I wanted that frame one kangaroo again.
That was about to say the episode where it cuts from black to a kangaroo hopping around is the best.
Like, come on now.
Well, see, this one's gonna start. It's gonna be the Grand Canyon.
One of the things I was most
over.
excited for when we got to Great was having your frame one reaction to seeing South Australian.
Yes, it's like, this is an Australian show. What are you talking about? I posted on Blue Sky. I've been telling this joke to everyone because I think it's good, and it got nothing on Blue Sky. Do you think kangaroos, like, if I showed a kangaroo Air Bud, it would get mad?
What?
Because, like, kangaroos would be way better at basketball than dogs.
Oh, sure.
I guess.
Well, that bit didn't land. I guess I'll kill myself.
See, when I think kangaroo sports, though, I'm thinking like soccer.
When I think kangaroo sports,
the daily activity.
I think. I usually think about boxing because they do boxing, and so you get the fun thing of like the kangaroo with the boxing gloves.
Oh yeah.
Like in that one episode of Utena, where there's just a kangaroo with boxing gloves rampaging around and gets knocked out by Toga.
And you get the soon to, in a few months to be released Tekken DLC character, Roger Jr.
Brad, what was going to be your answer? You evaded it.
What was the question?
You said, when I think about kangaroo sports, and then you didn't continue.
I continued. I just don't think it picked up. I said soccer.
Oh, I see. What?
Because
How?
they kick.
You can't kick a fucking football. Their feet don't go that way.
Kangaroo's whole thing is kicking.
They can't fucking kick. Their feet, their whole bottom of their legs go the wrong way to kick a football.
Oh yeah? Well, take a look at this photo.
That's handball. That's not allowed in the rules.
Maybe it went out of bounds. They got to throw it back. You don't know what led to this photo.
Think about how weird it is that marsupials just have a pouch.
Yes.
How they evolved that?
Kangaroos are fucking strange. Overall.
Why are there so many photos on the internet of kangaroos holding balls?
Well, Australians are just,
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Any more emails?
No, there's another one by Mothra Fanboy, but it's for Teo, which we're doing next week. So
we are doing Teo next week. Oh Christ, we're doing Teo. I have to watch lots of episodes of Teo. It's fine.
I meant to watch more episodes this week and end up only watching one, but that's okay. So
yeah.
4 more.
Also gonna watch Jinro for next week.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Jinro podcast.
Yeah. Red spectacles time.
Yeah.
All right. That is going to be a podcast. That is Gridman, everyone. If you want to follow the show, you can do so online. We are on Blue Sky at Ultra QUEUE. We're also on Twitter still, technically, at Ultra_QUEUE. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. Mel.
You can send an email to ultraqpod@gmail.com. And we have a coffee. Ultraqfund.
Yeah. Brad.
I'm at Be Invoked. That's BEINVOKED on Blue Sky. I'm hanging out. We should also note that Mel and I, are in a few hours from when we're speaking to this microphone, are about to guest on another podcast.
Yeah.
Is it What You Tokuing About?
Yeah.
Is the name of it?
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to be talking about
Tokyo. Last
Tokyo.
Megalopolis.
Yes, also known as it has another name in some releases. I think it's Doomed Megalopolis as well. So
yeah,
the live action. But
yeah, it was the thing we wanted to do Jiko Horiyama anyway, and so this is like sort of like two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
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 All right. That is it, everybody. See you next week when we will be talking about the next batch of Ultraman Teo episodes. And then also we'll be talking about Jinro.
And the week after, we will talk about Powered. And then I will also probably do housekeeping on the road to Tiga.
Yeah.
On the road.
You know, the thing I've been calling it the road to Tiga forever. The reason I do that is because friends at the table did the road to Partisan season, which was great. I had, and the road to Palisade, which was maybe better. The road to Palisade. Honestly, I got quite a few episodes into Palisade, but I dropped it because attention span. But every time I'm like, what if I just listen to the road to Palisade again? What if I just listen to that fucking Orbital game that they played? That's a great podcast. Wow.
One day I'll be able to listen to.
Same.
Friends.
Speaking of friends?
The Table of Friends.
Oh, the Table of Friends. I see. Yeah. We're meandering. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Later.
Oh